Like the first animated show on X.com. That just sounds like you made a porno.
X.com. Shut the fuck up, dude.
We
You
should. Do you want
fucking
like
nerd.
do you want like an everyman's opinion? Do you want me to go ask my dad if I asked him to go to
Get in the
X.com?
fucking locker, nerd.
Drake,
Ask
should I
him
go
what he
ask
thinks of the new norm.
He'll just look at me like I'm on drugs. He'll be like, Siri,
But he's the old
what are
norm.
you doing? My dad's like he's like in the middle norm.
Well, the new norm is the same as the old norm.
No, it ain't the same as the old
No,
norm.
it ain't the same.
Oh my god.
He's like the new norm or the old norm. He's just kind of norm. My dad's just a guy. He likes to make things. He likes to weld.
I like to weld too.
He likes his wife.
He likes normal
Polishing.
beer.
Yeah, like he likes bourbon. He likes Royal Crown Cola. He likes to
They had that at my work, but I didn't pick it up.
he likes Broncos. And he likes guns too. Like he really likes guns. I do too.
Me too. Alright. Something we all agree on. Hello everybody,
Yeah.
welcome to Degeneracy Live, episode 63. Tonight with us we've got, of course...
73, not 63, you stupid motherfucker.
73! My God in heaven.
Too many to count.
Where does the time go, everyone? I
Well,
remember back
so-
when this show was just, you know, some assholes talking on into a webcam, talking about shit that doesn't matter. And now, look where we are.
Tonight, Bronze is actually on maternity leave. We're very happy, but he's actually had a child while we were gone for about a week.
He did eat on, and now he's pregnant somehow.
He ate
Well,
some
no,
bugs.
he gave birth.
Oh, he
It's
gave birth
after-
already.
Yeah, it's after he went into the void. It was a very quick pregnancy. I actually think it's premature.
There's a time lapse there. Oh, Siri. Oh shit. Did you already order your DoorDash?
No, I'm going to
Cancel
go
it. Cancel it.
Okay.
I just realized something. You're in the Midwest, aren't you?
Yes.
So you have access to the greatest packaged lunch in history.
What?
Lunchly, obviously.
If you think I'm gonna get Lunchly, I will actually. I'm not getting lead poisoning for this shit.
No, there's no.
No,
lead.
no, no, no.
No, there's-
Zero
This is-
lead.
I
It
draw the
doesn't even
line
show
at
up on
getting
an
lead
X-ray.
They have to X-ray their fucking food.
Yeah, because lead
They
just
X-rayed
shows up
that
in an
one packet
X-ray.
and put
in
all the
food.
lead in the other one.
Siri, please order a Lunchly. It's $4.
Yeah, DoorDash Lunchly.
You can fuck.
If
you
you-
can fuck off if you think. I'm
All right,
going to
ring
get
it
this
up. Ring it up right now on your phone, and I'll pay for the whatever it is.
You'll pay for the hospital bill, okay?
Oh.
No. I'm
Did
not
we
doing-
play the clip of Logan Paul, like, owning Dan TDM?
We haven't yet, no.
Oh wow, he really got his ass.
I have to like go out and get dinner. Like I'm not paying $20 for DoorDash.
It is not dinnerly, of course.
Yeah, it's Lunchly. You could
Alright.
only eat it at lunch.
That's true. Anyways, so oh shit. Sorry guys, we're fucking shit up. There we go. So this is Logan Paul, who 6 years ago filmed a dead body and uploaded it to YouTube.
And also has holes in his brain.
Has holes in his brain. And here's the funny thing that no one talks about the uploading dead body to YouTube thing, is that he filmed it, right, and included the footage, but then thought, oh, this is tasteless, and then blurred the dead body's face out, not realizing that you are showing a fucking dead body.
And then
Yes,
he
but-
tried to say that it was for like suicide prevention.
Suicide awareness.
Yeah.
Now you're aware that people kill themselves.
Yeah. The guy in the fucking Toy Story fucking soy facing at the a dead body. Dude, I think there's somebody hanging there.
Did he put a red circle around it?
I'm pretty sure he
I
put it in.
think he
It
did
was the
actually, yeah,
thumbnail.
In the thumb.
But the video
What a great guy.
But the video wasn't monetized, so
No, it was.
no, he said at the beginning it wasn't.
I'll
I'll take
swear
him
to
at his
God it
word.
was. There was ads on that shit.
I mean, that doesn't mean it was monetized.
Which means YouTube fucking hates you.
Alright, so let's see him just dismantle Dan TDM.
Let me put this in the context. Imagine being a motherfucker who's angry.
Oh my god,
that we
look
made
at this.
No, he is. There he is. That's the
By the
soy
way,
version.
He had to go and find like a picture from Dan's thumbnail from like 7+ years ago, because that's when Dan had blue hair still.
And he very meticulously like cut it out here with safety scissors.
Look at how stupid he looks.
It was on cardboard. You can't really go.
Crackers, bro? You mad because we made crackers? This is what you're mad about?
Look at that. Dude, what
So-
the
Look
fuck?
at how
Pleasant.
stupid it looks.
It's so just rancid.
Dude, this looks like something a fucking prisoner would get. Like,
From the commissary.
look at this. This doesn't even look like the right box. Like the right shell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude, the crackers are just in there, in the fucking...
Yeah, we
With the
talked about
Feastable.
this.
Wait, did we
It
show
was
this?
just No,
No, we didn't.
In like a private call. You know, me
Okay.
and Drake, after we had our goon sesh, we were
Mhm.
talking about this. And like this is probably the box for the pizza. The pizza in quotation marks,
pizza.
is not real.
The
And,
pizza.
And then they just like put crackers and shit, and it was like, all right, it's good.
Dude, look, why is the edges of it so, like, greasy? Like, it's been handled by someone who, like, fucking had, like, Vaseline on their hands or something. Look at that.
Well, Logan Paul is
Logan
holding
Paul.
it.
He was so happy to have the lunchly, he just ejaculated.
He doesn't
all
even, like... And by the way, Dan TDM's criticisms were, like, very poorly constructed. Like, he could very easily, like, respond to his bad criticisms. Like, I think there's criticisms to be made, but he just goes, YouTubers are selling things just to make money. What a fucking concept. But he's like,
YouTubers are
dude,
making
you're
money.
mad because we made crackers? You're an idiot.
KSI and Logan Paul are obsessed over that tweet for days and weeks.
Wow. Now that is the fucking lunch of champions if I've seen it.
Turkey, real cheese, and cracker stack. Only the cheese is real.
It's fake turkey. Fake cracker.
Cracker stack. And by the way, it's great. I mean, yes, we made nachos.
He said
That's-
that convincingly.
Dude, look at their slogan. Eat the day. Eat the
That's a
day.
bit too much for
Not
me.
even eat the day away, just eat the day.
Eat the day. It's got electrolytes, though. It's what plants
Oh,
crave.
good.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I want from crackers and chips.
Eat the day. He doesn't even have this here. The fucking... Like, he doesn't even have these to show.
Why is
You
the
know-
pizza the only thing in quotation marks?
As well
It's
with
not
queso,
real.
but I think
Why does he think people like want to consume this? Like, I don't even
Well,
think
he's trying to adopt it into common parlance, so whenever anyone says the pizza, you know it is referring to the lunchly meal of the
But
pizza.
no one's going to like do that.
I
Yeah,
picked-
you're doing it in air quotes.
Well, that's not what you know. It's a term.
Oh, they got put in the dictionary?
This
Yeah.
guy has holes in his fucking
The
brain.
Urban Dictionary.
I'm sure it's on there.
if you're getting mad about
The
nachos,
pizza's gonna
that's a-
become
that's a you
slang
problem.
for, like,
Oh, and the pizza.
shit.
It's literally called the pizza. But same thing.
Like he...
That's not endearing, that's ominous.
This guy has holes in his
It's literally
fucking
called the pizza. What is... That didn't mean anything.
Dang, like you're mad about pizza? Like 500,000.
No, we're mad about the pizza.
It's
Can,
not
can we
500...
get like a side view of this guy's head? and
He
see if
didn't
there's a
even
dent?
get it right. Listen to this.
We made pizza, crackers, and nachos. Let me put this in the
Oh, shit. I rewinded it, but it didn't...
pizza. Like 500,000 favorites because we made pizza.
Who calls it favorites, dude? You're an old man.
He doesn't even know. Like, he doesn't even know, man.
They're
He just
called
doesn't know.
updoots. Look at
I
his
wish I
fucking
could disconnect you right now.
expression here, dude.
There's
He looks
nothing
like-
there.
He looks like the fucking what's the
He's
character
looking
from
directly
Fortnite?
into the teleprompter.
What's the character from Fortnite with the blonde hair?
It's like Jones or something.
Jonesy. Look at him, dude.
Jonesy Fortnite.
That is his name, Jonesy Fortnite.
Oh.
Come on, man. Dude, please just climb into a fucking coffin already. Like,
Bro, why is he John Fortnite right now?
Pizza, crackers, and nacho? Let me put this in a...
And
You're,
nacho.
you're mad because someone made fun of you? You're really mad over an internet tweet?
You're mad over a joke, bro? I really want to see his brother. I want to see his brother get like butt raped by fucking Mike Tyson so
He didn't
badly.
even do anything. His brother is like normal, actually.
Yeah, Jake Paul
Jake
just
Paul.
gave off.
Yes! Dude, he's so fucking normal in comparison. Are you
You
kidding
can
me?
tell which one has holes in their brain.
Didn't he like steal Floyd Mayweather's hat and he got beat up for it?
Well, yeah, but that's like boxing kayfabe. That's just funny.
It was funny to see him get beat up.
Okay, so this is the website Lunchly. SRV, you could order it. Would you be willing to? I believe
No.
Please? No, come on. We gotta try this. It's fun.
Listen, there are limits to these bits, okay? I'm not going to sacrifice my
You're
health.
literally begging people to get lead poisoning.
Because
for
if
the
I
bit.
type in... It's nowhere near
No
me
stores found.
on the lunch
No.
locator. I can't have this. I would
Nobody
buy this.
wants this. You would buy it.
But it's nowhere to be found on the lunch locator.
Drake, just go to like the black market and find some Lunchly.
Paulie, if you're right, if you fund my band's first album, I will eat Lunchly.
That's a little steep.
It's
The
not- it's
Lunchly
probably like
website's
$50.
very obnoxious as well, if you've ever seen it.
What? It's like the same font kind as the Prime.
But like, instead of saying details, they say the deets.
The deets.
They're trying to be quirky.
Yeah, they
There we
use terms like, you know, like
Bay and fucking.
Us versus them.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So here's the turkey stackums. Check out how it fucking blows it out of the water. 11 grams of protein versus 11 grams of protein.
wow,
Why would you?
what a difference.
Why would you even include that? Calories 230 versus 310.
They
And
don't
as we
even
all know,
like, electrolytes just don't even matter, man. They just like don't even do it.
here's the thing: is like they've chosen these 4 highly specific characteristics to compare it against, right? They
Did we
don't.
see the lead comparison?
They don't compare other things like saturated fats or anything on this, right?
Well, the
Look at the
important thing
taste.
is electrolytes.
So calories 230 versus 310. As we all know, whatever makes or breaks how healthy a meal is how many calories it is. The Lunchly is less filling because there's less in it than Lunchables. Like I'm gonna pull it back up.
All right. Here's what we do. We go to Logan Paul's house and we film his dead body. Don't ask how he's gonna end up dead. I can't say that legally.
Yeah,
Real cheese.
like look at this
Wait,
is
no.
this is all it comes with. Of course, it's
With
less
all those
calories.
damn
It's less
TDMs.
calories because there's less.
There's
food.
less food in the box. Life hack: if you want less calories, eat less.
Get an eating disorder.
Lunch electrolytes 400 milligrams per Prime flavor in each Lunchly pack, versus the 55 in the Capri Sun. Now, first of all, the Capri Sun is like a tenth the size of a bottle of Prime.
It's also 10 times better.
I don't know
Dude,
what the fuck.
It's crazy, dude. You could like Logan Paul has holes in his brain. You could talk him into killing himself.
They
Like, this
haven't-
guy
they
is
ha-
so.
I'm glad that they put an asterisk for. By the way, check the nutrition panel to see like how well this shit holds up, because otherwise, I mean, because it doesn't compare like the sodium or saturated fat, but it's just see nutrition panel. It doesn't exist. I can't look at it. The fucking. Why would you not put it on this? And then
Yeah, why would
sugar.
Well, you
There's,
have
like,
everything you need right there.
Thing.
There's like a third the sugar because Beastables is fucking baking chocolate. Feastables, my bad. It's like literally baker's chocolate.
Feastables is so fucking disgusting.
Dude, have you had baking chocolate?
It's not good.
It's, I mean, it's literally meant to be like chocolate that you boil down and like, add sugar to adjust how sweet it is. It's just
I don't
chocolate made without sugar.
I had like a bit of Feastables. It was bad. It made my friend vomit.
Dude, no one's buying Feastables. This is just like to fucking. This is the worst idea they've had.
No one would buy any of this if there wasn't a YouTuber's face on
The
it.
pizza. Now,
The pizza.
go ahead
This
and
is like
sound off.
Logan
SRV.
Paul just makes off brands of like better products. Like Prime is just wannabe Gatorade.
Go ahead and sound off these statistics, SRV.
Well, you see, the pizza has 12 grams of protein, and Lunchables only has 13.
Got their ass.
While Lunchly's The Pizza only has 360 calories, Lunchables has 390.
Why would they brag about having less protein?
I have no clue. It doesn't make any sense.
He makes irrational decisions. This has the same amount. This has less.
Inexplicable thing.
And the
He
fucking
does.
electrolytes. It's like they're literally copying fucking Idiocracy. Dude, it's got
And who
electrolytes
else-
in it.
Who else lists electrolytes for food products?
Yeah. You know, when I go out and I get a Kind
Like,
bar, they make sure to
want-
tell me how many electrolytes are in it.
I want fucking Logan Paul to actually explain why electrolytes are good.
I guarantee
Other than
you,
he
if for
sees
$1
them on the
million,
Gatorade
he
bottle
would
and
not.
just ate
He would
brain
not be
goes,
able to
"Woo!"
articulate it. He would not know.
I want Logan Paul to explain to me how sex works.
He wouldn't know either. And then sugar. I mean, yeah. I mean, reducing sugar is good, but also
But what
like
do you replace it with?
the Mr. Beast Feastables has like a single gram of sugar in it, right?
Yeah.
That's 11 grams of sugar in that pizza. Then, what the fuck are you doing?
The thing is, though, like,
You don't need.
what are you replacing the sugar with? Because it needs to have taste.
Yeah.
You gonna replace it with fucking Splenda?
Splenda. It's Splenda
Yes,
week.
Splenda Week.
Yeah, this shit, like, that shit's disgusting. By the way, Drake, I slept like a baby last night. Holy fuck. I'm sorry, this is completely
Right.
unrelated. Last night we were watching, like, Deal or No Deal Splenda Week, and then I just, like, went to bed at 9:47 p.m.
It's
I
good.
slept till 8 p.m., bro. I slept like a fucking
8
baby.
p.m.?
What?
8 p.m.
8 a.m.
Okay,
No, it's 7 for me right now.
I
So that'd
gotcha.
be physically fucking impossible.
That's why I
I
was
mean,
asking.
everyone sleeps well in Splenda Week.
You know, I slept from 9:47 p.m.
Yeah.
till 8 p.m. That's like nearly 10 hours.
Let's do
Or
some
nearly-
math here.
Oh, I hate that.
So
I
the
slept
prime.
like a fucking baby.
Yeah, I gotcha. So prime is 2 grams. The Mr. Beast bar is so there's 9 grams of sugar in that pizza. Like
Damn,
why?
That's
In the
damn.
Lunchables, it comes with an Airhead, and the Capri Sun, and usually, and then it comes with the pizza.
The pizza's bigger though too.
So I guess there's a lot. No, there's also sugar in the pizza, but like, who gives a like? This isn't
35
impressive.
grams of sugar is
This
negligible.
this whole chart doesn't impress me. You have less protein, a negligible difference in calories. I'm gonna go for the lunch leak. That's 30 less calories.
Yeah, it's slightly healthier, but nobody who buys Lunchables is even looking for healthy food.
Well, that's what they're
Yeah.
trying to do.
Also,
Mr.
the-
Beast and his indomitable generosity.
but also another thing, like, it's that amount of sugar too. 30. What is that? 35 grams? Let me see. 20 grams of sugar isn't gonna fucking kill you. It's not even that unhealthy. That's normal. That's completely normal.
And then here we go. This is the big
Dude.
hitter.
Okay, I know this is just me bringing up my like little thing, but like Faygo has 85 grams of sugar a serving, and there's like 1 serving a can. I see people down like 4 fucking cans and they're perfectly fine. That shit's not gonna kill you. Calm
Sorry,
down.
I'll be right back. This guy's a pussy and didn't knock on the door.
Ooh, scary door.
Do you want me to do here? Let me ask my parents.
Okay, we're getting the investigative report here from Siri.
Do you know what electrolytes actually do when you ingest them? Okay, that's what the plant's like, right?
It's too scared
They
to face me
electrocute
like
your
a
body.
man. My DoorDasher.
I was hoping you would get my reference. Idiocracy.
Yeah, I didn't hear the first part.
So I was talking to my parents. I'm gonna go get dinner.
I mean,
I'm
sure.
just going over to McDonald's like right down the street. So
Okay. Anyways.
love you.
Love you too.
It's fine. Paulie, shut the fuck up.
I'm
Okay.
shocked either of you have an appetite looking at this.
I don't.
This is this is
I
the
have my
big
eyes closed.
this is the big shit right here. The Fiesta Nachos, 2 grams more of
Oh, that's
protein. So I guess it evens out to an average of 1 gram more of protein across the board. On
Hey,
average.
that's like the best one.
Calories, there's 90 less calories. Wow.
Like,
Call-
what's even the point, man?
Stop the presses. The electrolytes, they keep getting hung up on the electrolytes. Like,
The defining feature.
I
Capri
need to
Suns
reconnect,
are like
hold on.
a third the size of the primes. So already that's like, you know.
Can you guys
electro-
hear me?
But 400 milligrams of electrolytes, dude. Who gives a shit? And then I guess
I'll take that as a yes.
there is a lot less. Hello.
Oh, hey, Indy actually joined.
Hello.
Oh, she's server muted. My bad. Hello, everyone. I'm gonna quickly introduce. This is my good friend of the past 4 years or 3 years. Indy, do you want to quickly introduce yourself?
Why did
before
you
we keep
server?
talking?
Why do you keep server muting me?
Fuck you.
I had you server muted from when you were talking over someone, and then you never let me unmute you.
You suck.
Okay, do you want to introduce yourself to the show? The
Yeah.
audience?
I got a dog.
That's
Okay,
cool.
great introduction. Let's keep
Have
talking.
you had Lunchly?
I have not. I don't hate myself. I got. Are they?
They're available where you live.
There's-
now.
There's
Yeah.
none in here.
Go to Strax. Strax is like 2 streets away from you, right? You go to Strax.
It is. How much are they?
They're
Like
$4.
$4. I'm not
Ooh,
getting one because they
too
probably
much.
have lead poisoning.
Even though Lunchables are $3, that's black mold.
Yeah, we got black mold in the fridge.
All right.
Oh, that's good.
Hell. Fuck. I think that's about the same as Lunchly. Doesn't have as many electrolytes, but that's okay.
That's what the mayonnaise is for.
I would love it if you actually went out and bought a Lunchly. They're available at Albertsons and
What?
They're
let me
available in hell.
Here, wait. Let me check my account. Maybe we can review one tomorrow.
we're not
think
live
we can
tomorrow, but
Here,
When are
Indy,
we-
do you want to do after school? Do you want to do a recording so for the show? So they
I have
can watch?
318.
Okay, I have money. Indy, do you want to eat Lunchly tomorrow?
you get to pool your resources.
Die of.
But Indy,
God.
there's 400 megagrams of fucking milligrams.
400 megabytes.
400
There's
megabytes of electrolytes in them.
And why exactly should I care about this?
It's what the plants
Lunchables
want.
not?
Because it's what plants crave.
I'm not a plant.
You're a
Holy
CIA
fuck,
plant.
Indy. Indy, do you hear the fucking football field yelling right now?
No, because I don't live that close to him. But I can hear the guy over the PA speakers.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yes.
can hear that too.
Wait, where's your thingy? I gotta give you your thingy still.
This
one. Yeah.
What thingy?
You know. The thingy.
Oh,
Are you on my-
RC. I'm currently going to McDonald's for dinner.
Get over here.
No,
Oh,
I'll. Give me that tomorrow.
okay.
Okay, sorry for interrupting, Drake. I saw, actually, to keep interrupting, I saw Indy at Ace Hardware while I was out biking, and I
Right.
felt like I gained 40 years on my life in a fucking beer gut. Like, that's such a dad thing to do.
I felt like
Walking
I
into it.
gained 40 calories.
40
I feel like I
Eating
gained
lunch late.
400 megabytes.
I
of
feel like I
electrolytes.
gained 400 electrolytes after eating the lunchly. Oh, look at him.
That's
He's got
real. It's like they're like bragging about having 400 megabytes of electrolytes.
Dan TDM made one tweet and they're still hung up on that.
There's another dog. We got another dog. This one's
It's like-
bigger.
Here's the thing. It's like technically, if you choose these very specific stats that they're cherry picking here, it
Then
is
yeah, they're
healthier.
healthy.
But not a lot healthier. Like it's like 1% healthier.
It's not worth the extra cost,
It's-
I wouldn't say.
Yeah, like they're holding it up as the fucking paragon of health when it just isn't. Like, dude, you're just making a
parasite.
Lunchables knockoff.
It's a parasite of health.
Ah,
I remember
what the
Mr.
fuck?
B-
Why is his car?
Like chicken and broccoli would probably be healthier, but this is like healthier than Lunchables. Like just eat the chicken and
the
broccoli.
same stuff as the Lunchables. Like, aren't they just carbon copies of Lunchables? They just say
Yes.
that they're different.
I have this theory, and there's
That's
no
why it's
basis to
the
it.
pizza.
The pizza.
I
We
have
have
this theory,
orders?
and there's no basis to it. But like, these are probably made in the same factory as Lunchables.
He's my boy. He eats the strawberries. He likes
I
to eat
mean,
strawberries.
I don't think that Mr. Beast is hurting his own, like, turkey and shit.
No. Each
I'm hurting
Lunchable
the
is
turkey.
handmade by Logan Paul.
Lunchly, not Lunchable.
Oh.
Each Lunchable is handmade by a Chinese factory slave.
They're basically the exact same. You know what I mean.
Well,
You
Lunchable
get
at
it.
least has like the bread. Someone's watching Roseanne on their television right now.
Here's my.
Based
Animal.
alert.
I like
Who
this.
doesn't
candle.
love Roseanne?
Speaking
Here's
of
my
Roseanne,
DSi.
that's pretty cool.
What else? There's a lighter.
Indeed, we are live on the air. We need to keep things going.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
We are watching. No, we are actually live. We're watching
I'm
the
sorry.
debate tonight between Tim Walz and JD Vance. Are you ready to be there for the entire thing?
What time is this?
It's 9
We'll
o'clock.
start at 9.
It's
8
9
p.m.
now.
for us.
Now, JD Vance is a very charismatic figure, if you've ever seen him.
Yes. Let's play that. Let's do a recap here. Let's play the donut shop video.
So 8 our time.
Yes, 8 our time.
There
And
we
then
go.
it goes like 10.
Come to town. Thank you for letting us.
The zoo has come to town, as they
Zoos?
do.
There's no traveling zoos.
It'd be the circus.
We should bring back the traveling circus.
Should bring back a freak show and put you in it.
He didn't
I mean,
have
he's
a.
kind of
Bron
like
would go
a
in the
zoo.
freak show.
He didn't have a childhood.
Bronze would go in the freak show. He'd be perfect.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
I don't want to be a part of this.
Okay, so this is already ruined.
Why'd they upload this voluntarily?
Because it went so well.
Okay, yeah. She
Look at
doesn't
this.
want to be on film, guys, so just cut her out of anything.
I'll be talking to her the whole time. Just cut her out. Okay.
He's
JD
actually
Vance,
as,
I'm
char-
Vice
as
President.
as charismatic as a brick.
I'm JD Vance, by the way. I'm running for vice president. She's, okay. Like,
I'm Diddy.
I actually.
I'm Diddy Vance.
I think she knows, dude. I think she doesn't like you because you hate people.
No, that
I'm
can't
Diddy
be.
Vance.
That's a human response to say okay to everything.
We love JD Vance.
Jay Schlatt is here at the fucking donut factory. Such natural dialogue.
How long have you been working here for? Oh, I've been working here since July. I haven't had to work a job in my life because my parents are rich.
I've been here since the beginning of July.
Okay.
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 This is the
Okay.
driest conversation ever.
He doesn't know how to converse.
If you've ever had an uncomfortable conversation, that's every JD Vance conversation.
I would be terrified to be in a room with this man.
Okay.
Good.
Good.
Okay, good.
Did he go to fist bump him and he didn't realize?
Oh, I hope so.
Did he just-
Yeah, let me a lot of
I'm shocked he didn't, like, try to high-five the fist bump.
everything.
They cut that out because they didn't. But they tried to. But it was in the middle of a Hello Game Show Fan 2001, which honestly that doesn't even sound like your real name.
But
Yeah,
who's in
who
the
are
chat?
you really?
Some sprinkle stuff. Some of these cinnamon rolls. Just whatever makes sense.
Whatever makes sense.
Just whatever makes sense. Just whatever.
This is a
makes
very
sense.
binary decision. We gotta come to a conclusion here.
They should
Oh
go
yeah,
to.
Oh, Jamelin found out I ordered food because of the fucking Ring doorbell thing. Damn it! It was supposed to be secret.
bitch wife.
They should come to
Oh.
Munster Donut and then have a car
All
drive.
right, thanks for doxing us, man.
No, I didn't.
They should what to?
They
Drake,
should-
please go back and censor that.
All right.
I'm
Alright.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Censorship
Yeah.
in 2024?
You know, well, sometimes it's necessary.
They should come
show's
to the
gone
local
woke.
donut place.
The woke left.
What?
Actually, no, it's
The cat
necessary
just fucking
because
attacked the trash can and toppled it over.
the
Hang
woke
on.
left is actually coming to censor me. They're
Okay,
coming. They're coming.
JD Vance got to come to our local donut shop and then
You gotta
get
what to our
mowed
local
down by a
donut shop?
car.
Oh my god, yeah, the donut shop in our town. It constantly just gets hit by cars. Like, constantly.
At least once a year, someone has to drive their car through the front of the building.
At least, no, I wouldn't say through it, but at least once a year there is an accident involving it.
JD
Okay.
Vance would drive through the donut shop and it'd be like, "You have to replace this." Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good.
I'll keep that in mind.
He can't even smile, dude. Look at him.
At least
This is a
Hillary could do
grimace.
that horrendous fake smile.
Yeah, at least Hillary, like,
I'm scared.
she
of
was
Hillary.
better at replicating a human being, and she's equally just as fucking soulless, dude.
This is taking him maximum effort, and that's all he could get out.
He's the world's worst sociopath. He's bad at it. He's bad at replicating human emotion.
About 4 years.
He's doing his best.
Okay.
Okay. He really likes the word okay.
Okay, good.
So,
Okay, good.
oh wait, so this is why it aired, is because C-SPAN was filming them. So it's just C-SPAN fucking took him out, dude.
The zoo has come to town. Thank you for letting us come in.
Oh, I just reset it. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't be
Shame on you.
surprised
We're
if
in
he
a
started the
Pleasantville-esque
conversation over.
loop here.
I just thought when I heard the zoo has come to town, I thought that was just he just said that again for some reason.
It
He's
didn't
a
make
zoo
sure
on a
you-
rainy day.
I can't believe this.
I remember in first grade we went to the zoo and I just saw a monkey flicking a shit at the wall. I don't really know. I didn't really react. I just remember seeing it and I was
They
like,
tend-
oh, could that happen?
Yeah, they tend to do that.
My mom was there. She was the chaperone. She was like, oh look, Siri, look at the monkeys. I was like, yeah. And like we just flung it shit at the wall.
Oh,
She was
we
just like,
got-
oh, and I was like, yeah.
This is pretty cool.
No more lunchly.
The pizza.
It just came out. What the hell?
But it's got
What
real
happened?
cheese.
What happened?
It's
Ridiculous.
already on clearance at the store here.
Oh my god, that's hysterical.
It's like
I think-
Samsung's horrible earbuds. As soon as they
I
came out,
think-
they just dropped in price. 'Cause
Yeah,
they suck.
I think it's like they know that Prime was already on clearance, so they just know that no one's gonna buy this.
Did anyone
like-
buy Feastables?
Everyone's gonna buy it for like maybe a week or two, and then it's gonna just hit the fan.
They're gonna
just
realize
die
it's
off like
not
Prime
good
did.
and then not buy
Yeah.
it.
It's gonna do what Prime did. It's gonna be like big for a little bit, and then it's just gonna fall off the face of the earth, and no one will buy it anymore, and they will just have a bunch of excess.
I feel like
They
that's
need to
even
get rid of.
that's even truer for Feastables, because Feastables is like marketed directly at kids at this point, right?
Everything Mr. Beast does is he's a kid's
Prime
YouTuber.
at least like
went
is trying to be like a general product, and like working as a cashier at a grocery store, some 20-year-olds would sometimes like get a bottle of Prime. Like I feel like at least once per day I'd see someone do it. Nobody bought a fucking Feastables bar.
They
Nobody.
have those at the stores that you work at.
Wegmans.
I did not know that they
Well, I
were.
did.
I didn't know that Mr. Beast was willing to.
They have those around
Places.
here.
No, I didn't. I didn't know that Mr. Beast was willing to place his products in low income stores for the lesser fortunate individuals.
Yeah.
Bitch, we are the less fortunate stores, Indy. What the fuck are you talking
Oh.
about?
No, I'm not.
Anyone who buys a Feastables is a less fortunate individual.
We got a couple Trump clips.
Oh, fun.
There's always a clip of Trump.
Yeah.
I wish I was here for the eating the dogs
Here we go.
thing.
It was like 2015, thinking about running. I was going to run. I went on his show, right?
Thinking about it.
And he goes, The Tonight Show, which is dying. They're all dying. Where's Johnny Carson? Bring back Johnny. It makes
He's also dying. In fact, he's dead.
Bring back Johnny Carson? He died 20 years ago.
Bring him back.
This
I
guy's
mean, they
having
could CGI him. The Flash did it.
Turn him into an AI language model.
I mean, they probably could. That's
Take a
fucked
weekend
up.
at Bernie's him.
Reanimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weekend at Johnny's.
I'll shove my hand up his fucking ass and we'll puppeteer that motherfucker. That's how we'll get Johnny Carson back.
Oh,
Some
this
guy
is.
standing
Oh,
outside
this
of his
is.
car. He heard
I'm
him say
sorry
that.
for broadcasting terrible news like this with that no context. It's the wrong link.
Well,
What is
that's
this? Coke pulls its. What
tragic,
about-
really.
Coke Spice got
happened?
discontinued.
I
Oh,
don't
thank
think
God!
of it.
Fuck yes! Yes!
It was
I'm-
meant to be permanent.
I'm
Coke
drinking it right
Spiced
now.
has been discontinued, everyone! Coke Spiced has been discontinued!
Shout it from the
Discontinued!
rooftops.
That guy had his window rolled down. He actually heard me yell that.
Did he say,
The
yeah?
next person that you see,
He
run up to
clutched
them
his
and
fucking-
tell them that.
Oh, you should see the shenanigans that we get up to. We just harass random people.
We got
on the
Donald
street.
Trump
Indy-
directly buying
Indy
votes.
yells at trucks.
I just love to yell at lifted trucks. It's so fun.
We got
We
Donald
put
Trump
him-
directly buying votes. If you want to see this.
Oh,
Drake,
awesome.
you wanna...
Here, it's gonna go down a little bit. It just went down $100. We'll do that for you from the White House, all right?
It's,
One down.
okay.
Seems par for the course at this point.
He just throws it at this fucking. And by the way, that's illegal. What he just did.
Well, sure.
Everything else that he's done is illegal, and we're still.
But
letting
that's
him...
like it's video evidence of committing a fucking crime, dude.
It's we could let him slide.
It's just prop
Just this
money.
one- Just this one time.
Yeah, what if it is like Monopoly money? Or Trump bucks?
It has his face on it. Dude, he looks at it, it has his fucking face on it, dude.
a little Bitcoin.
Cut him a little Bitcoin check. A check, for the central bank of Bitcoin to cash it at.
He'll make that a reality if he wins.
The problem with Bitcoin is that it's decentralized,
I don't think Trump knows how Bitcoin works. Do you think he's smart enough to understand how cryptocurrencies work?
No,
No.
but he keeps trying.
He said Bitcoin check. When the whole appeal of Bitcoin to anyone is that it is not centralized to a bank, to like a national bank.
Do you think Trump would just turn Bitcoin into regular money?
Absolutely.
He's gonna start printing Bitcoins.
Bitcoin inflation. No.
Alex. Former President Trump has proposed a 200% tariff on John Deere tractors if they're made in Mexico.
John Deere tractors.
Are you concerned that some
Now
of the
he's
tariff
gone too
proposals
far.
by the GOP nominee could drive up costs for
That's
consumers
usually
or
funny.
hurt bourbon exporters in Kentucky, for example?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of tariffs.
Uh-oh.
I'm not a fan of
I'm
tariffs.
surprised he didn't shit himself again at that question.
He did. He's just trying to play it off.
Dude, he did that twice. Like, people, will fucking rag on Biden, and for good reason. But Mitch McConnell regularly drops off the face of the earth. Like,
He's still around for some
Drake-
reason.
Drake running for president when? 2040, where I'll be running
He's
against Joseph Alexander Simpson.
He's
Hell
fucking,
yeah.
he's going to a different plane of existence to find his answer.
Joseph Alexander Simpson will be running against the Ant Gownist.
Oh
If
my
you guys
god.
didn't know that was real. He has laid out plans to run for president in 2040.
I think we all should.
I don't think we'll be around
ICPs.
by then.
ICP's running for president 2024, the last free election the world will ever see.
Oh yeah, we're not gonna make it to
ICP.
then.
Well, no, ICP's gonna win. They're gonna be they're gonna be like puppets for the Kindest to take over the world.
I can't believe it. Presidential debate on Jimmy Carter's birthday.
Do you think Jimmy Carter requested this?
Oh, it is.
Also,
Yeah, it's his
vice
100th
president.
birthday. Congratulations. Happy
He's probably
birthday.
wanting to gouge his eyes out.
They're gonna announce that he's gonna run again.
He'd
Huge
probably
combo is
have a
this.
better chance.
What if he ran third party? Do you think he'd become the first
That'd be-
third party president?
That'd be a good troll.
Honestly,
Chris Christie's his running mate.
he might. I don't. Well, it is pretty far into election season, but honestly, if he decided to
That's
get an
the
earlier.
October surprise.
And 1 month before the election.
Sorry, I'm
He
trying
could
to
maybe, he could maybe do it. I don't know.
trying to
Jimmy
find the
Carter.
Joseph Alexander Simpson presidential campaign thing, but I cannot.
Did he make one?
Yeah, he laid out
Oh my
plans to
God.
run for president in
Oh my
2040.
God, Indy, you
What
don't
is
even-
his platform?
Wait, what? What are you saying?
You don't even know about Xander.
Who's Xander?
Oh,
He doesn't
man.
even know about Joseph. Do we tell her?
This will take a while.
Oh no.
We don't have enough time.
We
We've
don't
done
have enough
several
time.
4-hour-long streams just dissecting his work.
Oh, that's
He's
fun. I
our-
should watch those. That gives me
He's our
something.
He's our personal lolcow. I think
That's
the
not
best one
nice.
to watch would be a 52-week Descent into Madness would be. That's the one with Scott, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's the last.
That's the last thing Scott saw before he died.
Yeah, I think that is the last podcast.
That is the
Scott
last
was
episode.
on.
He was on, yeah. My god, dude.
Yeah.
What a
Wait
fucking
his own
king.
podcast. What a way to go out a 4-hour stream just dissecting a lolcow.
He was almost on the 50th, right?
Yeah,
That
he was gonna, but
He had to die.
didn't happen.
Actually, that was Indy. Do you remember that one time me and you were out at Meyer? It was dark out. My mom told me to get hot dog buns.
Yes.
That was the day of that episode.
Oh, really? I did.
I remember because I had gotten home late and I was opening my bag of pretzels and Scott asked me I was recording a sound effect album.
Sorry, I'm trying to find it. I'm just finding more fucking, like, Joseph Alexander shit that I've never even seen before.
You open a can of worms with this guy and then another can of worms opens itself.
Alright. So...
You should add me onto the stream GUI thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
send me your profile picture and I will.
Or just a picture that represents you.
Let me turn on the computer. Hang on. Give me like 8 years.
That's fine.
1,000.
So, like, if we dig down...
8 years to turn on.
So this is why it's so hard to find him, right? So, you know, these are his followers on his main page.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to open up all of the things that are him.
This will also take a while.
Yeah, don't worry, your computer will be on by the time you open all these.
These are all him that I'm opening up.
And
Every
all these are
time
just
I...
his alt accounts?
Yes. Well, these are all for different things. Rose Vibrator follows him.
That's his.
Oh, there it is. Joseph A. Simpson for Burlington, NC. That was it was previously... Hang on, let me find it. electjazz.com. There it is. Oh, no.
Is it dead?
Is it archived?
Oh, it better be.
Oh, that's a lovely interface.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh,
It should be because I definitely visited it before it closed, and I have the auto archiver thing on.
that's a thing? I did not know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, enable it. Please wait. Your request is being verified.
This is. Oh,
What?
Okay, cool. Why is it there?
No.
then? Did he DMCA the fucking page?
no way.
Don't tell me history has been taken down.
Can you even DMCA stuff off the fucking web archive?
Yeah.
Certain things, yeah. If you really wanted to.
Thank you, man.
I don't know why.
Anyway, so
You hear
got-
Jimmy
That's why I
Carter's
got
100th
my-
birthday?
we got Pride of
Jimmy Carter,
copy of
the
Toby
former
Smith.
president, Jimmy Carter, 100th birthday.
yeah, we got Pride of Alamance here,
It's Jimmy Carter's birthday today.
which has 1 follower. There's the Hebner
I'd love
Press, which is like a news page dedicated to Dave, Earl, and Brian Hebner, apparently.
Oh, that's cool. I always wanted news about exclusively.
This is a series he was going to do about D.B. Cooper to find out what really happened.
News about Sheldon Cooper.
By the way, for the record, Xander, nobody knows what happened to D.B. Cooper. I don't think you're going to be the one to unfurl the huge secret.
Now, you're gonna look very stupid when he uncovers the truth
Yeah,
about
exactly.
this.
Don't doubt a man. Don't doubt a man.
I'll doubt him, motherfucker. This was the fake profile he made for Depravity, my show that he tried to steal from under me.
Happy birthday.
How well is
DB
that
Cooper.
going for him so far? Did he give
Well,
up?
he didn't. He gave up on it.
Aw.
He was gonna do
He-
it, realized it was too hard, didn't do it, and then said, I was never gonna do it.
Do you want to at least summarize like the Depravity saga to Indy? Depravity is a good show. You guys should watch it. Very good.
It's a show that I did.
Mhm.
It was a game show, and he gave me some money to make 4 episodes of it, but then tried to turn around and say it was supposed to be 8, but he never gave me money for 8, so he only got 4. And then just, you know, he tried to negotiate a second season, as he called it, right?
Yeah.
Where he would give me $1,500 in exchange for 24 episodes. I said hell no. In 1 year to make those 24 episodes, I should say.
Well, that's quite the deal, Drake. I don't know why you didn't take that.
And so,
Which, by the way, the insane type of shit that they would do for the show. Like one of the more lighter things was, I would say,
I have a tattoo because of that show.
Drake maced himself on stream.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see why that's quite the ask from him. Lord.
Even making 24 episodes of anything for $1,500, that's $62 an episode, dude.
And half of that is spent on Mace.
But yeah, so
The other
I tried
half is
to
spent on
negotiate.
legally changing your name to Minecraft.
I tried to negotiate with him, and I eventually talked him down from 24 episodes to 8 episodes, and then he decided, actually, I don't want to do this, and then pulled the plug on the entire thing. And then later, on my channel's anniversary, copyright striked my channel and took down the 4 uploads of the 4 episodes. So
what a dad.
So I made a video ruining his whole life, and yeah, here we are.
This guy is.
And you never heard from again.
He believes he's like the CEO of a huge like media enterprise.
But it doesn't exist.
But all of this is him. There's the Disagreement Brothers, which, as you obviously know, is a gaming show.
Ooh.
Cancelled. Cancel culture, back at it again.
Discrimination.
What?
Wait, what happened here? Did I miss some lore?
Well, it's for undisclosed reasons.
Well, they can't say that and be like, but, yo, we're speaking out against discrimination.
Unfortunately, due to undisclosed reasons, as of right now, the Disagreement Brothers show and the Disagreement Brothers Saturdays are for the boys. Programming will no longer be airing. This includes our episode that was set to go underway in over 12 hours.
Not the Disagreement Bros.
Brothers' decision, and they will continue to openly protest and speak out against discrimination.
This was in June of 2020, so probably like the Black Lives Matter protest, but like it doesn't make sense.
Has nothing
Yeah,
to
I
do
thought
with it.
the breakup had something to do with discrimination.
His brother said something racist, and
Oh my god, did you have a merchandise page?
Oh my god.
here's his main page.
Oh, that's like one of those like
Indy.
epileptic
I have
shit.
official merch of this guy. I have fucking a picture of his face on a shirt.
You do?
He sampled, you know, he took the electroporygon method for his intro here.
I want official merchandise.
How does he think this looks good?
It's
Have
beautiful.
you ever seen the intro to Space Ghost Coast to Coast?
No.
No.
Okay.
I know the show, I don't remember the intro.
I'll play it and then see if he maybe took some inspiration. I might have to mute it because it's copyrighted.
Excuse me.
So, like, this is, like, the intro to it, and he was just like, it's not flashy and obnoxious enough. We need more.
Oh yeah, by the way, viewers, epilepsy warning.
It's a bit too late for that.
They'll live.
Let
Now
Harry.
that I've said the warning, they'll be fine.
I mean, it was only, like, season
I
1
like
of the
that.
show, but, like, I mean, it's really cool, I think. But they had to cut it because of epilepsy.
Oh.
they always get, they always have the fucking upper hand, those epileptics.
Cancel culture, man. Strikes again.
See, Joseph is anti-woke. He knows what he's doing here.
Here's my QR code scanner.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. He claimed that he didn't DMCA my videos, his legal team did. He had a legal team that he advised.
Wanna know who his legal team is?
Himself.
Yep.
Yep. Right on the money.
But yeah, I mean, it's his
Money
legal
shot.
Here's his created independent studios, which doesn't even make sense as a sentence. Created independent. It's created independently or create independent. Like,
Oh, I thought he was saying he created independent studios.
he created independent studios.
He
Indy,
made it. He did make it.
Indy,
Hi.
who would our personal lolcow be?
Fucking.
There's Joseph Alexander Simpson's Saturday's Live mic, where he was gonna scalp other people on the internet to like make content for him.
I feel like Fidel Code is a pretty good contender.
Okay,
But
but
And
she's
all the
dead.
followers are just his other pages.
He's a visionary. He had all these ideas.
What about Fidel Code?
She's dead now.
Brag.
Only God knows what she's up to. Apparently she's making like actual like plushes now, which is interesting. Actually, like
Yeah.
So I mean that's good on them, I guess.
There was a TV series he was trying to sell called Midpoint Americana. Right?
Oh.
So he made
How much, Indy? I want you to guess how much money he wanted to fund this series.
just on a GoFundMe.
I'm gonna like. So what is this TV series based on and developed to be set in Burlington, North Carolina?
So how
Maybe
much you
I don't know, 10,000
more.
more.
Yeah.
20,000.
More.
How about a lot more?
Yeah, a lot more.
What's a lot more?
$3.5 million.
That's not the ideal goal. That's just like to get it started.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
And he said
Three and a
in
half-
his pitch video, even if it gets funded, that doesn't guarantee it's gonna become a thing. It's like, I'm sorry?
You're fucking kidding me.
Huh?
Because $3.5 million isn't enough, I guess.
Not quite.
Is it still up?
I think I could find it if I tried.
Yes.
I should send him $1.
It's
That'll
a
be like
start.
what?
You should say that you came up with the idea first and send him a DMCA.
Oh, it got in the local news.
It did.
Thank you for reading.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, the
Local
Times
disabled
News.
Oh, it's $2.5 million. He reduced
Still.
it from $3.5 million.
How generous.
Local disabled Burlington team.
Local idiot.
Fucking Nimrod.
Hi everyone, my name is Joseph Alexander Simpson. I'm trying to create a TV show based on my hometown. Below are links to a preview of what the show might look like and to a GoFundMe campaign. He posted this on r/Indiegogo. The GoFundMe campaign.
I'm shocked this is not
There it
filled with
is.
replies.
There, check this out. Now check it. If this doesn't instill confidence,
Oh, it's beautiful.
This is why this exact Indigo or whatever the fuck this is
It needs
is
3
why
million.
it needs.
I don't want to make one for my album because my band, we're making an album. It's gonna get recorded and everything, but I want to put one of these up and have people like help fund us, like put out CDs and shit. But
As long
this
as
is
it's-
why I don't.
If it's
This
less
is
than
why I
two
don't
and
do
a
it.
half million dollars, it is less embarrassing, Siri.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
that's
the
for-
balls you need to have. I don't want to ask for 400. This guy's asking for 2.5 million.
Go big or go home.
Here's
I
his,
can,
And I
can
think
help
he will
fund
be
your
going
dreams.
home.
the Xanderbrand Digital, getting the shovel, Xanderbrand. This is Joseph A. Simpson for Burlington, NC. I guess he's running for mayor of North Carolina. Mayor of Burlington, my bad, not mayor of North. This attempt from the Trump family to control the media is despicable. How is
He's
it
already
that we
talking like
can?
mayor.
How is it that we can require every adult to sign up to risk their lives, but not federally require voting in free and fair elections?
Oh, good. Forced voting. That's a good policy.
Yeah. Wouldn't that just make the voting population significantly more ignorant? Because a lot of people, since you have to vote, would just vote randomly. That aren't
you can't
politically...
force people to care.
Yeah. And
Maybe
also,
there'd be more people voting third party.
This
I don't know.
sounds like he's for, the selective service.
He might just be.
Or
This is his
selective
mayor
service?
account?
Yeah. Simpson 25. He's got like the autism star there.
Selective
How old is
force-
this guy?
I agree. I don't think the draft should be a thing.
Yeah.
That-
He's 3 days older than me.
And he holds that over Drake's head. No, he doesn't.
I'm a whole 3 years older
I
than
hold
you.
it over his. Oh, here we go.
Oh, hell yeah.
What is this page?
What
Good
is his?
Lord.
My thing is like, what is his plan by like starting his campaign now? Does he think he'll like build up momentum, dude?
Yeah,
I love-
for the next
You're making
16
people
years.
wait 20. Well, that's in 2021 was his last tweet. 2040. That's fucking 19 years. You think you're really gonna build up that much momentum? You're gonna get 4 votes in an assassination attempt, and that's gonna.
It's
not an attempt. It's gonna succeed.
It is the most well-prepared political run in history.
I love the alignment on this thing here.
Do I go in and get a McFlurry?
No.
Joseph Alexander is an American author, entrepreneur. Joseph Alexander.
An American author.
That's not even his last name. His last name's Simpson.
Like The Simpsons? Is
Yeah,
he
Well,
really-
he
I
can't
think
be
that's why
Mayor
he-
Simpson.
That's why he doesn't want people to think he's Homer.
He doesn't want people to call him Xander anymore, by the way, because he associates that with the cringe era, which we're not in anymore.
We are in the basement. I mean, he is low key kind of. Can you show Indy what he looks like? He's low key kind of hot now.
What?
I mean, he's uploading shitty videos still, though. Like he
He
actually
kind of He looks good though.
Well, I'm
Okay,
glad that the
I'm
15-year-old careful he doesn't move in on you.
I hope he doesn't. I'm sending a picture. Side tangent. Why is one of these? Why is the logo stretched on that one building? Please pull this up on screen.
Oh, I. What are we looking at here?
I think the debate's starting now.
Yeah, it's starting.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I sent you my profile picture. You should add me to the stream now.
Did you?
Yes, I did. I
I
sent
literally
you.
don't see it. Oh, I was expecting you to DM it.
Oh, I don't DM people.
Fair enough.
You do.
Why
No, I
is it
don't.
distorted there? That's fucking weird. Okay. It's time for
Right
the
way.
debate, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the wrong thing. Okay.
Idiot. Shame on you.
Haha.
This dumbass doesn't know how technology works.
That is the Xander.
We'll get a restart.
My name is Dryerland.
No, it's not.
Oh, we got some assholes like talking beforehand. That's good.
That's not the debate.
It's gonna be.
I want to see JD Vance fumble through
I
jokes.
want my MTV.
Don't go anywhere. It's a big night in this race for president.
Yeah!
Let's go.
Tonight, the vice presidential debate, Minnesota Governor Tim
Oh, it's just
Walz
him
and Iowa
again.
Senator J.D. Vance, and the stakes could not be higher in a presidential race
Stakes
that is
could
a
not
dead
be
heat.
rarer.
Our coverage of the vice presidential debate.
The stakes are so
Right
high,
now.
dude.
This is an
And so am I.
Harris Walls.
JD Vance is gonna pick
Trump
by
Vance.
whatever makes sense.
Mr. Trump Vance.
Early voting underway. The race couldn't be closer.
I ship Trump and JD.
The
Vance.
race war couldn't be closer.
In the race for the White House.
JD looks like a
Now
dope in every one of those
David
photos.
Moore.
Good evening again, everyone.
Wow,
We
they're
are now
biased
just
against
moments
him.
away from the first and only vice presidential debate
First and
between
only.
Governor Tim
First and
Walz
last,
Senator
he
J.D.
said.
Vance. Election day
We can
now
only
just
hope.
35 days away. Early voting now underway. And Kamala Harris and Donald Trump within a point of each other in several of the key battleground states that will decide this election.
And it's up to
Tonight's
J.D.
high-stakes
Vance to
matchup
make
between
the
their running
difference.
mates
Yeah,
is consequential.
he's
Any
gotta
movement
not
in this
fuck
race
it up.
could make a real difference. Let's listen to the CBS debate.
You're putting a lot of hope in it.
Yeah, you're putting a lot of hope in. Dude, Donald Trump himself acts like he doesn't know who J.D. Vance is.
For tonight's CBS News vice presidential debate, we want to welcome our viewers on CBS, on other networks here in the U.S. and around the world. We have a consequential night ahead, and our focus is the issues that matter to you, the voter. Let's introduce the candidates. Minnesota's Democratic Governor Tim Walz and Ohio's Republican Senator J.D. Vance tonight meeting for the first time.
Yeah, they've never spoken before. But according to Trump, neither has
I'm
him
Margaret
and...
Brennan. In order to have a
Oh,
Well, people run the other way when they see
These
JD.
are the rules that both campaigns
What name
have
do I
agreed
put you
to.
under?
Questions will be directed at one candidate who will have 2 minutes
Indy?
to respond.
Is it
The
Indy?
other candidate will be allowed 2 minutes for rebuttal. Then each candidate will get another minute to make further points, with an additional 1 minute each at the discretion of the moderator. The primary role
No,
of
Mitch
the
McConnell's not
moderators
here.
is to
That won't happen.
facilitate the debate between the candidates, enforce the rules, and provide the candidates with the opportunity
the
to
rules?
fact-check claims made by each other.
They both have Wikipedia open on like their Microsoft Surface too.
JD Vance just has Trump's Truth Social.
Please maintain decorum. Why do we have to explain this like it's like a substitute teacher?
Thank you for joining us. Let's get started.
Let's get our work
Tonight,
done.
Our country is facing
Behave.
several unfolding crises. The Middle East is on the brink of war. Americans are suffering.
Brink of war? I think it's pretty much it's at war.
A labor
Like
strike as 25,000 dock workers from Maine to Texas are picketing. We're going to begin tonight with the Middle East. Margaret.
Thank you, Nora.
wow, I'm
Earlier
surprised.
today, Iran launched its largest attack yet on Israel, but that
Oh yeah, I
attack
guess that did
failed
happen today,
thanks
didn't it?
to joint
Didn't it?
U.S.
Yeah.
and Israeli
On Jimmy
defensive
Carter's
action.
birthday?
President
On Jimmy
Biden has
Carter's
deployed
birthday
more
of
than
all days.
40,000 U.S. military
So
personnel
inconsiderate.
and assets to that
come to me
region
on Jimmy
over the
Carter's
past
birthday,
year to try
launching
to
bombs.
prevent
It's so
a
mean
regional
when
war.
fucking people just
Iran
like
is
drop
weakened,
rockets on countries
But the U.S. still
indiscriminately for no
considers it
reason.
the largest state sponsor of terrorism
don't get
in the
why anyone
world,
would
and
do
it
that.
has drastically reduced
It's so
the
mean
time
when
it
you
would
ruin
take to
someone's
develop a
birthday like
nuclear
that.
weapon. It is down now to 1 or 2 weeks' time. Governor Walz, if you were the final voice in the Situation Room, would you support
Situation.
or oppose a preemptive strike by Israel on Iran?
Oh
You have 2
shit,
minutes.
this is a hard
Thank you.
question.
Thank
to
you for
start
those
with.
joining at home tonight. Let's keep in mind where this started. October 7th.
Oh no!
Massacred over 14.
Where it all started. Every time.
Israel's ability to be able to defend itself is absolutely fundamental. Getting its
I
hostages
mean, what were you
back,
expecting at this
fundamental,
point, Trey?
and ending the
both
humanitarian
sides kinda lose
crisis
here.
in Gaza. But the expansion of Israel and its proxies is an absolute fundamental necessity
Well,
for the United States to have the steady leadership there. You saw it.
Someone get the
experienced
hook.
today, where
Someone get
along
the
with
cane
our,
and fucking hook
Israeli
him out there.
partners and our coalition able to stop the incoming.
In the beginning, God
attack.
said October
What's
7th
fundamental
happened.
here is that steady leadership is
God
going to
said that
matter.
would be
It's
October
clear,
7th.
and the world saw it on that debate stage a few weeks ago. A nearly 80-year-old Donald Trump talking about crowd sizes is not what we need in this moment. But it's not
Yes.
just that. It's those that were closest to Donald Trump.
He
that
is
understand how
speaking
dangerous
very
he is in the
lucidly. I
world
feel like
is
he
this
is even
dangerous.
speaking
His chief of staff, John
more
Kelly,
pointedly than
said that he was the most
Kamala
flawed human
was.
being he'd ever met. And both of his secretaries of defense and his national
I know where
security
you're going with
advisors
this,
said he
Walls.
should be
JD
nowhere
Vance is
near
not
the White
close to
House.
Donald
Now,
Trump.
the person closest
Yeah.
to them, to the Donald Trump,
To the
said
Donald
he's
Trump.
unfit for the highest office. That
The
was Senator
pizza.
Vance.
Oh!
Vice President Harris
Oh!
is we've seen steady leadership. We've seen a calmness that is able to draw on the coalitions to
Dude,
bring them
you
together.
have no idea how
Understanding
fucking
that our
tired people
allies
are
matter.
of hearing about
When
October
our
7th.
allies see
By the way,
Donald Trump turn towards Vladimir Putin, turn towards North Korea. When we start to see that type of
He's
fickleness
raw
and
dogging
holding
him right now,
coalitions
dude.
together,
I feel
we
like he
will
should
stay committed.
acknowledge
And
that
as
he's
the
not
Vice
debating
President said
Trump right
today
now.
is, We will protect our forces and our allied forces, and there will be
Yeah,
consequences.
but Vance is just like mini
Governor,
Trump.
your time is up. Senator Vance, the same question. Would
He's
you
like
support
the Sneeko to
oppose
what's
a
his name,
preemptive
Andrew
strike
Tate.
by Israel on Iran? You have 2 minutes.
So, Margaret, I want to answer the question. First of all, thanks, Governor. Thanks to CBS for hosting the debate. And thanks, most importantly, to the American people who are watching this evening and caring enough about this country to pay attention to this vice presidential debate. I want to answer the question, but I want to actually give an introduction to myself a little bit because I recognize a lot of Americans don't know who either one of us are. I was raised in a working class
I try not
family.
to know who you are.
The clock is ticking.
Periods of her life. My
Do you think Tim Walz wrote down he was nice right there?
Raise me, and she raised me in part
when he said
because
thank you,
my
Governor.
mother struggled with addiction
What
for
if
a big chunk of my
they
early
get
life.
along?
I went to college on the
That would
GI
be a
Bill
funny
after I
twist.
enlisted in the Marine Corps and served in Iraq.
Dude,
So
no,
I
we didn't
stand
ask
here
about your
asking
fucking
to be your vice
resume,
president
dude.
with extraordinary gratitude for this country.
I was
for the
also the
American dream that
assistant
made it
manager at
possible for me to
Menards
live
for
my
10
dreams.
months.
And most importantly,
You know, unlike Kamala, I don't even think she worked at
the chaos in the
McDonald's.
world and the feeling
That would be
that the
Tim Walz'
American
resume.
dream is unattainable. I want to try to convince you tonight over the
My
next
wife had to
90
take away
minutes
my
that if we
Dreamcast because I
get
couldn't stop
better
playing Crazy
leadership
Taxi.
in the White House, if we get Donald Trump back in the White House, the
Damn.
American dream
That'll
is going
solve
to be attainable
everything.
once again. Now, to answer this particular question, we have to remember that as much as Governor
Time's
Walz
up.
just accused Donald Trump of being an agent of chaos, Donald Trump actually delivered
he's the
stability in the world,
Joker?
and he did it by establishing effective deterrence. People were afraid of stepping out of line. Iran, which launched this attack, has received over $100 billion in unfrozen assets thanks to the Kamala Harris administration. What do they use that money for? They use it to buy weapons that they're now launching against our allies, and God forbid, potentially
This is
launching against the
he's talking
United
about
States as
negotiations
well.
between
Donald Trump recognized
Iran
that
for like
people
hostages and
to
stuff.
fear the United States, you needed peace through strength. They needed to recognize that if they got out of line, the United States global leadership would put stability and peace back in the world.
That was
now you asked about a preemptive
very
strike,
well said.
Margaret, and
I'm
I want to
very
answer the question.
surprised,
Look,
actually.
it is up to Israel what they think they need to
Dude,
do to keep their country
how
safe.
the fuck is it
and
the
we should
same guy
support
that
our
couldn't figure out how
allies
to
wherever
order
they
a
are when they're
donut?
fighting the bad guys. I think that's the right
I guess
approach
it's
to
well
take with the Israel
rehearsed.
question.
Yeah,
Senator,
and he's
Governor
more familiar
Walz,
with the
do you care to
politics stuff.
respond
He's
to
not
any of the
familiar with human
allegations?
interaction.
Look, Donald Trump was in office. We'll sometimes hear a revisionist history, but when Donald Trump was in office, it was Donald Trump who we had a coalition of nations that had boxed Iran's nuclear program in, the inability
Nuclear,
to
dude,
advance
come
it.
on.
Donald Trump pulled
You're an
that
adult.
program
Nuclear?
and put nothing else in its place. So Iran is closer to a nuclear weapon than they were before.
Dude,
because
it's
of
not
Donald Trump's
nuclear.
fickle leadership.
Stop.
We
And
don't
when
use
Iran
nuclear
shot
weapons.
down an American
Stop.
aircraft in
They
international
don't use
airspace,
nuclear weapons
Donald
either.
Trump
Nuclear.
tweeted, because that's the standard diplomacy of Donald Trump. And when Iranian missiles
Vance looked
did
into the camera
fall
there. He's like,
near U.S. troops, and they received
Hit the
traumatic
Jim from
brain
The
injuries,
Office there.
Donald
Just kind
Trump
of
wrote
associate
it
nuclear
off
weapons
as
with
headaches.
dangerous bombs.
Look, our allies understand that Donald Trump is fickle.
atom
He will
bomb is-
go to whoever has the most flattery or where it makes sense to him. Steady leadership like you
Was that
witnessed
a
today,
sneak diss?
like you witnessed in April. Both Iranian attacks were repelled.
Just whatever makes sense.
Our coalition is strong, and we need the steady leadership that Kamala Harris is providing.
Senator Vance, the U.S. did have a diplomatic deal with
Oh.
Iran to temporarily pause
Oh.
parts of its nuclear
Uh-oh.
program, and President Trump did exit
See, I thought they
that
weren't
deal.
fact-checking.
He recently said, just 5 days ago, the U.S. must now make a diplomatic deal with Iran because the
is
consequences
he being
are
Donald Trump or
impossible.
Joe Biden?
Did he make a mistake? You have 1 minute.
Well, first of all, Margaret, diplomacy is not.
First
a
of
dirty
all, let me
word,
talk
but
about
I think
this
that
other
something
thing.
that Governor Walz just said is quite extraordinary. You yourself just said Iran is as close to a nuclear weapon today as they have ever
He can
been.
say
You know that's
nuclear.
going to come
Governor
out.
Walz, you blame Donald Trump. Who has been the vice president for the last 3.5 years? And the answer is you're running.
Well, yeah, they had
not
rehearsed
mine.
answers, but this
Donald
happened
Trump
today.
Consistently made the
So, like,
world
this is,
more
like,
secure. Now we
this
talk
is
about
kinda
what-
off the
the
dome.
sequence of events that led us to where we are right now.
This happened literally
and you
earlier
can't
today.
ignore
Iran fucking up
October the 7th,
Israel.
which
They
I
are both
appreciate
being
Governor Walz
they are both
bringing
being
up.
very
But
respectful.
when
I
did
actually
Iran
that
and
is
Hamas
nice.
and their proxies attack Israel, it was during the administration of
I think we're
Kamala
so used to
Harris.
that not happening now that it's surprising.
Trump's tweets.
People acting
But
like
the
adults.
fruits of
It is
smart
surprising,
diplomacy
because
Yeah,
everybody
and
needs
you
peace through
forget that like
strength is how you bring
Obama
stability
and
back
Romney
to
were
a
like
very
really nice to
broken
each other and
world.
were like joking
Donald Trump
around
has
during the
already
debate
done
and
it once
everything.
before. Ask yourself at home, when was the last time? I'm 40 years old. When was the
When
last time
was
that
the
an
last
American president
time
didn't have a
you
major
saw
conflict
someone with
break
a
out?
ski mask
The only
and
answer is
a
during the 4
gun.
years that Donald Trump was president.
Yesterday.
Gentlemen,
That's a
we have a
lie.
lot to get to.
Yeah, that's
Nora?
not-
Margaret, thank you. Let's turn now
We
to
have a lot to
Hurricane
get to.
Helene.
We'll get
The
to that,
storm could
asshole.
become one of the deadliest on record. More than 160 people are dead and hundreds
More than
more are
100
missing.
people.
Scientists say
I
climate
mean,
change
what
makes
do you
these
do? You want us to
hurricanes larger,
cancel, stop
stronger,
funding
and
storms?
more
Like,
deadly because of the historic rainfall.
yes.
I
Senator
hope
Vance,
somebody
according
takes
to
that
CBS
stand.
News polling,
I mean,
7
Republican
in 10
senators and
Americans
governors will
and
just
more than
flee the state whenever
60%
shit gets
of
hard. They'll
Republicans
go
under
to
the
fucking
age of
Cuba,
45
like Ted
favor
Cruz
the
and
U.S. taking steps to try and
what's
reduce
his name?
climate change.
Governor of
Senator,
Texas.
what responsibility would the Trump
Greg
administration
Abbott.
have
John,
to
Texas.
try and reduce
John,
the
Texas.
impact of climate change? I'll give you 2 minutes.
Sure. So first of all, let's start with the hurricane because it's an unbelievable, unspeakable human tragedy. I just saw today actually a photograph of two grandparents
saw
on a roof
today,
with a 6-year-old
photograph
child, and it was the
of
last
two-
photograph ever taken of them because the roof collapsed and those innocent people lost their lives. And I'm sure
Two
Governor
dudes
Walz
fucking-
joins me
He sounds
in
so
saying our
emotional.
hearts go out
Like,
to those
you
innocent
know,
people.
sharing
Our prayers
this.
go out
Aw,
to
he's
them,
nodding his
and
head.
we want as robust and aggressive
Watch
as
a
a
single
federal
tear
response as
roll
we can
down
get
his cheek.
to save as many lives as possible, and then of course afterwards.
Earlier
to
today,
help
it
the
was really
people in those
sad. I
communities
saw
rebuild.
someone
These are
that
communities I
died.
love. Some of them I know very personally. And
It was very
Appalachia,
sad. I bet
across
they
the
felt very
Southeast,
sad when they
they
died.
need their government to do their
It
job.
reminded
And
me
I
of my
commit
mortality.
that when Donald Trump is president again, the government will put the citizens of this
Tim
country
Walz
first when they
goes,
suffer
today
from
I was very
disaster.
sad. My wife took
Remember,
away
you
my
asked about climate
Dreamcast.
change. I think this is a very important issue. Look, a lot of people are justifiably worried about all these
So,
crazy weather patterns.
Crazy
I think it's
Taxi 2,
important
that's what
for
he
us,
was
first of
addicted
all,
to.
say, Donald Trump and I support clean air, clean water. We want the environment to be cleaner and safer.
yeah,
But one of the things
yeah.
that I've noticed,
But
and what
also
Democratic
he wants
friends
to,
talking a
you
lot
know,
about is a
he
concern
does
about carbon
nominally.
emissions, this
Like
idea
when he
that
was
carbon
trying to
emissions
sell
drives all of
the
climate
border
change.
wall,
Well, let's
he was
just
trying
say
to
that's
sell it
true,
as a
just for the sake of
solar
argument, so
wall.
we're
They're
not
going to put
arguing
solar
about weird
panels
science.
on it.
Let's just say that's true.
Wasn't
Well,
Trump
if you
also
believe
back
that,
to
what
the,
would you
clean coal
want to do?
movement, which
The
is just
answer
like-
is that you'd want
That's
to
what I was
restore
just going to
as much
say, is that he
American
also wants
manufacturing as
to
possible,
bring back
and you'd want to
fracking
produce
jobs
as
and,
much
like,
energy as
you know,
possible in the
build
United States
you
of
know, like the
America,
Keystone
because
XL
we're the
pipeline
cleanest
through
economy in the
Alaska.
entire world. What have Kamala
So,
Harris's
like, I
policies
mean,
actually led to?
he'll say,
More
you know, he
energy
wants,
production in
you know,
China,
clean
more
energy
manufacturing
production.
overseas, more doing business in some of the dirtiest parts of the entire world. And when I say that, I mean
Yeah,
the amount of
this is
carbon
why
emissions
Trump
they're
wants to
doing
put a
per
200%
unit of economic
sales tax
output.
on
So if we actually
shit.
care about getting cleaner air and cleaner water, the best thing to do is to double down and invest in
Jesse
American
Waters.
workers and the American people. And unfortunately,
We need a
Kamala
cleaner
Harris has done
Jesse
exactly
Waters.
the opposite.
Governor Walz, you have 2 minutes to respond.
Well, we got close to an agreement because all those things are happening. Look, first of all, it is a horrific tragedy with this hurricane, and my heart goes out to the folks that are down there in contact with the governors.
I'm glad that you
I
just
serve
mentioned that
as
they nearly agreed on that.
co-chair of the Council of Governors as we work together on these emergency managements. Governors,
He should acknowledge that Kamala,
together
I mean,
to solve
you
the
know, to
governors
say
and the emergency
Biden
responders
really
on the
did
ground.
send out,
Those
like, you
happen on
know,
the
a ton
front
of
end.
aid to the
federal government
southeast
comes in, makes sure
United
they're
States,
there
like
to
more
that we
than
recover, but we're
more
still
than
in
people
that
even
phase where we
expected.
need to make sure that
you
they're
know?
staying there, staying focused. Now, look, coming back to the climate change issue,
But
there's
also,
no
if
doubt
they
this
wipe
thing
out like the
roared
southern
onto the
United
scene
States, then
faster
like they
and
shouldn't have
stronger than
anything to worry
anything we've
about
seen.
with
Senator
voting.
Vance has said that there's a climate problem in the past. Donald Trump called it a hoax and then joked that these things would make more beachfront property to be able to invest in. What we've seen out of the Harris administration now, the Biden-Harris administration, is we've
It's not
seen this
Harris.
investment. We've seen massive
Dude,
investment.
Everyone has forgotten Biden is still president.
History that we've seen.
They've already
The
moved
Inflation
on.
Reduction Act has created
I mean,
jobs all
yeah,
across the country.
he's kind of
2000 in
irrelevant now.
Jeffersonville, Ohio,
Send
taking
him back
the
to the
EV
nursery.
technology that we invented and making
He's
it
on a beach somewhere.
200,000 jobs across
Eating
the
his ice
country.
cream.
The largest solar manufacturing
Getting
plant
blown away
in
by the
North
hurricane.
America sits in Minnesota. But my
He doesn't
friend,
notice
climate
there's a
change is
hurricane.
real. They've seen 500-year droughts, 500-year floods back to back. But what they're doing is adapting, and this has allowed them to tell me, look, I harvest corn, I harvest soybean, and I harvest wind. We are producing more
Wind.
natural gas
Harvest
and more
wind.
oil at any time than we ever have.
Plant some
We're
nice
also
wind
producing
seeds.
more clean
Reap the
energy.
benefits.
So the solution for
Good
us
fortune
is to
for
continue
all.
to move forward. That
I have a
climate
bag
change
of
is real.
wind.
Reducing our impact
All
is
you need is a
absolutely
bag of
critical.
wind.
But this is not a false choice. You can do that at the same time you're creating the jobs that we're seeing all across the country. That's exactly what this administration has done. We are seeing us becoming an energy superpower for the future, not just the current. And that's what absolutely makes sense. And then we start thinking about how do we mitigate these disasters.
Thank you. Senator, I want to give you an opportunity to respond there. The governor mentioned that President Trump has called climate change change a hoax.
He's
Do you
scheming.
agree?
Well, look, what the president has said is that if the Democrats, in particular Kamala Harris and her leadership, if they really believe that climate change
He's
is
got to
serious,
rationalize all
what
of
they will
Trump's
be doing
things
is
tonight.
more
He's got to
manufacturing
clean
and
up
more
after
energy
Trump,
production
you know.
in the United States
I
of
mean, it's the
America.
same thing
yeah,
Mike
that-
Pence had to do.
So clearly,
you remember?
Kamala Harris herself doesn't believe her own rhetoric on this. If she did, she would actually agree with Donald Trump's energy policies. Now, something Governor Walz said I think is important to touch upon, because when we talk about clean energy, I think that's a slogan that often the Democrats will use here. And I'm talking, of course, about the Democratic leadership. And the real issue is that if you're spending hundreds of millions or even billions of dollars of American taxpayer money on solar panels that are made in China, number one, you're going to make the economy dirtier. We should be making more of those solar panels here in the United States of America. Some of them are, Tim, but a lot of them are being made overseas in China, especially the components that go into those solar panels. So if
we do need to stop buying shit from China.
the environment cleaner, you've got
Well,
to
yeah,
invest
but
in
the
more
way
energy
Trump wants to
production.
fix
We
that
haven't
is
built
put a
nuclear
flat
facility, I think,
20%
one
tax
in the
on
past
everything.
40 years.
Yeah, no, that's not the way to go about it. The way to go about it is funding things in America to make them cheaper to produce here.
Governor, would you like to respond?
Well, look, we're producing more natural gas than we ever have. There's no moratorium on that.
Yeah, we need some American solar panels that we also won't
Like I said
use.
again, these are not
It's
liberal
kind of
folks.
sad.
we
that
need to
Tim-
use-
folks that are green.
It's
New
kind
Deal
of sad
folks.
that
These are
Tim broke
farmers
the rule
that have
first
been
of
drought
talking.
one year, massive flooding the next year. They understand that it makes sense. Look, our #1 export cannot be topsoil from erosion from these massive storms. We saw it in Minnesota this summer. And thinking about how do we respond to that, we're thinking ahead on this. And what Kamala Harris has been able to do in Minnesota, we're starting to weatherproof some of these things. The infrastructure law that was passed allows us to think about mitigation in the future.
The
how do we
Biden,
make sure that we're protecting by
fucking
burying our power lines? How do we
Build
make
Back
sure
Better
that we're
thing.
protecting lakefronts and things that we're seeing
Burying
more and
power
more?
Throw it
of?
back
But
better.
to call it a
Burying
hoax
power
and
lines
to
isn't
take
as good
the
of an
oil
idea
company executives to Mar-a-Lago, say, give me
Sorry,
money
repeat
for
that.
my campaign, and I'll let you do
Burying
whatever you
power
want.
lines
We
isn't
can
as
be
good of an
smarter
idea
about that,
as
and an
people
all-above energy policy is exactly what she's doing.
Yeah,
creating
Andy would
those jobs
know
right
about
here.
this.
Governor, your
could you
time is up.
explain?
The overwhelming consensus
Okay.
among scientists is that the Earth's climate is warming at an unprecedented
Where
rate.
the lines are put
Margaret?
underground.
Thank you, Noah.
All of it.
We're going to turn now to
the
immigration. The crisis at
transmission,
the
the
U.S.-Mexico
distribution lines,
border
the sub-distribution
consistently
lines, all of
ranks
it.
as
It's all
one of the
underground.
top issues
Their power goes
for
out,
American
and it
voters.
stays out for
Senator Vance,
hours and
your
hours. Last
campaign
time when
is
we had a
pledging to
storm,
carry out the
when was that?
largest
Like
mass deportation
June?
2
vote
days.
in American history.
No, I mean
It was out for a day.
The really
Day and
bad
a half.
one.
Yes, it was out for about a day and a half.
Yeah, the power was out for quite a while.
I
And
see.
ours didn't even go out, or went out for like a split second. The thing is
their
that
children
the
who
lines
were
underground,
born on US
it's
soil.
impossible to diagnose anything. It's impossible to check for faults.
I mean, you
in
can
the
use a
lines.
multimeter, right?
You can't use multimeters on
Okay. Not like a multimeter, but like
12,000 kilovolt power lines.
I'm glad
I
that
mean,
we
12
had you on here to.
But yeah,
massively increasing the asylum
in
fraud
certain
that exists in our
situations,
system.
it does make
That is
sense to
opened
put lines
the
underground.
floodgates, and what it's meant is
But
that a lot of
I feel
fentanyl is
that
coming into our
there
country,
needs to be a
and
balance
part of the
between the
struggle
two,
with opioid
because
I mean, it's practicality is what you like. You know, if it gets knocked down, we can just rebuild it like that. Like
because Kamala Harris let in fentanyl into our communities at
Oh,
record levels.
I
So you've
forgot
gotta
about this
stop
when
Oh,
Kamala
they're talking
Harris
about fentanyl.
You've gotta
personally
re-implement
let
Donald Trump's
fentanyl
border
into the country.
policies, build the wall, re-implement deportations, and
I'm
that's
the one to
the
let
point,
fentanyl into
Margaret,
the
about
country.
what do we actually
Dude,
Don't
the
do?
wall's
fuck
not
with
gonna
me.
We've
do
got
shit.
25 million illegal
If
aliens
people
who
are
coming
coming
into
in
the
on
country. What do we
planes,
do with
like
them? I think the first thing
It's
that
a
we
big
do is
fentanyl
stop
force
criminal
field, Brent.
migrants. About 1 million of those
Fentanyl.
people have committed some form of crime
Committed
in
suicide.
addition to crossing the border illegally. I think you
Not
start with
offense.
deportations on those folks. And then I think you make it harder for
I
illegal
th-
aliens
I mean,
to undercut
yes,
the wages of American
but
workers.
fucking
A lot of
immigrants
people
like
will go home
contribute
if they
more
can't
to
work for
the
less than minimum
population
wage in
and
our
to
own country.
society and
by
to
the way, that'll be
taxes
really good
even
for
than
our workers who
fucking
just wanna earn
Sam
a
Walton
fair wage
does.
for
Like,
doing a good day's work.
I'd
And the
trade
final
Sam
point, Margaret,
Walton
is you ask about
for
family
1,000
separation.
illegal immigrants.
Right now, in this country,
Like,
Margaret,
I traded
we have
for a 10.
320,000 children that the Department of
I
Homeland
hate how we're
Security has
first time into
effectively
aliens.
lost.
It's,
Some of them have been sex
Hey,
trafficked.
I'm an
Some of
alien.
them, hopefully, are at homes
Invaders,
with their
Sim.
families. Some of them
My
have been used
grandfather
as
would be
drug
considered
trafficking
an
mules.
alien.
The real family
Not
separation
my grandfather,
policy
my
in this
great-grandfather.
country is unfortunately Kamala Harris's wide open southern southern border. And I'd ask
Wide open
Americans to
asshole.
remember,
He
when
just
she
tore a
came
hole into the
office,
wall.
She said
The
she was
Gucci
going
border.
to do this. Real leadership would be saying, you know what? I
He looks
screwed
like he's
up.
about to
We're going to
pounce
go back
on
to
him.
Donald Trump's border policies. I wish that she would do
Beats
that.
the
It
shit
would be
out of
good
him.
for all of us.
Yeah, his cheeks are getting wider, so you know he's getting
Do you
angry.
care to respond to any of those specific allegations, including that the vice president is,
Allegations.
quote, letting in fentanyl and using kids as drug mules, among other things regarding children?
The drug mule is not true, but I will say about this, about the fentanyl, because
But
this
the
is a
fentanyl
crisis of this,
is.
the opioid
But it- yeah,
crisis.
it
And
is.
the good news on this is the last
drug
12
is
months
not
saw the
true,
largest
but the
decrease in
fentanyl
opioid deaths in our nation's history.
Again,
30%
when
decrease
are we
in
going to get a
Ohio, but
debate
there's
where a
still more
politician
work
goes,
to do. But
fentanyl
let's
is
go back to
great?
this on immigration. Kamala
We
Harris
need
is the
more
attorney
Waiting
general
fentanyl
of the
machines.
largest state and a border
Waiting
state in
for it.
California. She's the only person in this race who prosecuted transnational gangs for human trafficking
what?
and drug interventions. But
I
look,
don't like
we
this.
all want to solve this.
What national?
Most of us want to solve this, and that is the United States Congress. That's the Border Patrol. agents.
Transgender
That's the
immigrants in
Chamber of
prison?
Commerce. That's most Americans out here. That's why we
I
have
feel like what
the
Tim
fairest
is
and the
saying right
toughest
now, it's
bill
correct, but it's not
on
very
immigration
persuasive. Like,
that this nation's seen.
it's
It
not
was crafted
very
by
impassioned
conservative
or-
senator from Oklahoma, James Langford. I know him.
Like,
He's
it's
super
not
conservative, but he's a
heavy-hitting,
man of
like,
principle, wants to get
you
it
know,
done.
hard-hitting, like,
Democrats and Republicans
you know,
worked on this piece
taking out of the
legislation.
fucking facts,
The Border
like,
Patrol
you
said,
know?
this is what we need in here. These are the experts. And the Chamber of Commerce and the Wall Street Journal said, pass this thing.
There's something
Kamala
like
Harris
screaming.
helped get there.
Yeah, the audio's doing the thing, Drake.
Yeah.
All right, hang on.
For drugs.
You're freaking out.
DOJ
I thought
money
that was
to
I
speed
thought that
up
was an issue on my
these,
end.
No,
the
yeah,
adjudications
same.
on this, just what
Sorry,
America
hang on.
wants. But as
That
soon
just
as
happens
getting ready to
sometimes
pass
for
and
some
actually
reason.
tackle this,
Yeah,
Donald
Drake just
Trump
kinda
said
does
no.
that.
I love
Told
when
him to
this
vote against it because it gives him.
Actually, that's just
ammunition.
reality
It gives
breaking
him the-
down.
What would Donald Trump talk about if we
Yeah, it happens
actually
when
did
Tim
some of
Walsh
these
starts
things?
talking.
And it needs to be done
WWJGT.
by the legislature. You can't just do this through the executive branch.
W.
So look, we have the
Hey,
option to
Jalen.
do this.
I made
Donald
it.
Trump had
Hi.
4
Bitch
years.
wife.
He had 4 years to do this, and he promised you, America, how easy it would be.
You have a picture for
I'll
me?
build you a big,
Yeah, hang
beautiful
on.
wall.
No.
And Mexico will pay for it. Less than 2% of that wall got built, and Mexico didn't pay a dime. But here we are again,
Well, I
9
mean,
years after
how
he
much
came down
how much of that wall are
escalator,
you gonna build?
dehumanizing people.
Did they ever
and
get an
telling them what he was
estimate on
going
how
to
much it
do.
would
As
cost to
far as the
build the wall?
deportation plan, at
Like
one
billions
point,
of dollars.
Senator
Oh
Vance
my
said
God.
it was so unworkable to be laughable.
I remember when
So
he first
that's
announced
where we're
it,
at.
Mexico
Pass
was
the bill,
very
she'll sign
adamant
it.
about saying they're
Governor, your
not
time
going to
is
pay
up.
for that wall.
Senator, the
That's
question
odd.
was,
Why
will
wouldn't
you
they pay
separate
billions
parents
of
from their
dollars?
children, even
For a
if
wall
their
they don't
kids
want.
are U.S.
They have their
citizens
own
with
issues
1
that they
minute?
need to
Part of
figure
my
out. They
point
can't
is
be
that we already
funding
have massive
fucking
child separations thanks to Kamala
building-
Harris's open border. And I didn't accuse Kamala Harris of inviting drug
No.
lords. I said that
Dude,
she
you
enabled
can't-
Mexican drug
dude,
cartels
Tim,
to
just
operate
shut up,
freely
like,
in this
please.
country. And we know that they use children as drug mules, and it is a disgrace, and it has to stop. Look, I think what Tim said just doesn't pass the smell test. For 3
The
years,
smell test?
Kamala Harris went out bragging
mean the sniff
that she
test?
was gonna
That's not the
undo Donald
expression.
Trump's border policy. She did exactly that.
The zoo
We
has
had a
come to
record number
town.
of illegal crossings. We had a record number of fentanyl coming into our country, and now,
Running into our
now that
country?
she's running for president, or a few
This
months
fentanyl
before,
wants to do one
she says
thing
that
in your
somehow
country.
She got religion and
The
cared
answer
a
will
lot
shock
about
you.
a piece of legislation.
I love the
only
way
thing that she did
that
when
Tim
she
looks at
became
him.
the vice president, when she became
you send
the
me a picture,
appointed
actually? I don't
border
have one, I
was
guess.
to
Sure.
undo
Yep.
94 Donald Trump executive
$94.
actions that opened the border.
94
This
Donald
problem is
Trumps.
leading to
$1.
massive problems in the United States of America. Parents who
This
can't afford
problem is leading
healthcare,
to
schools
problems.
that are overwhelmed. It's got to stop, and it will when Donald
Yeah.
Trump is
That's
president.
why I
true.
called the problem
Time is
solvers.
up. Governor,
Use
what
my podcast
about
picture.
our CBS News polling, which does show that a majority
CVS?
of Americans, more than 50%, support
right.
mass deportations.
We polled
Look,
50
we
people in a
Support Kamala
CVS.
Harris.
with a bill that is necessary. But the issue on this is what happens when you don't want to solve it. You demonize it. And we saw this. And Senator Vance, and it surprises me on this, talking about and saying, I will create stories to bring attention to this. That vilified a large number of people who were here legally in the community of Springfield. The Republican
Oh, that's
governor
right. Oh, yeah. Thanks
said,
for bringing that
"It's
up,
not
by the
true.
way. Just
Don't
the
do it."
fucking eating
There's
dogs thing.
consequences for this. There's consequences. We could come together. Senator Langford did it. We could come together and solve
We
this
could what together?
if we didn't let Donald Trump continue to make
Right
it an
now?
issue. And the consequences in
Is he
Springfield
trying to
were
convince him
the
to
governor had
divorce
send
Trump and join
state law
him?
enforcement to escort
You
kindergartners to
don't
school.
have to be
I
bad.
believe Senator Vance wants to solve this, but by standing
I think he would immediately regret that.
not working
Oh
together
my
to
God.
find a solution, it becomes a talking point. And when it becomes a talking point like this, we dehumanize and villainize other human
Vance
beings.
seems genuinely intrigued.
Governor, your time is up.
That was a good answer.
Good answer.
Having
Good
to
answer.
feel
He's like,
Yeah, what if he
"You're
switched sides?
But they're not people.
As a sitting lawmaker, you know
That's
that
exactly
Vance is having to feel human emotions.
Vance.
And it's,
Yeah, Vance is like,
So you have said
It's unfamiliar
repeatedly that
territory.
Donald Trump would, through executive action, solve this. Do you disagree that Congress controls the purse strings and would need to support?
How can they be the same as me? I'm
changes
white.
that you would actually want to implement?
You know what makes you think?
Margaret, first of all, the gross majority of what we need to do at the southern
Maybe
border
white
is just
people are
empowering law
people, too.
enforcement to do their job.
Maybe the
I've
real
been to
white
the
people
southern
were the friends
border
we made along
borders
the
where
way.
Kamala Harris has been, and it's actually heartbreaking because the Border Patrol agents, they just want to be empowered to do their job. Of course,
They just want to
additional
do that. They're
resources
just
will
following
help,
orders.
But most of this is about the
Yeah, they're
president
just
and the
following
vice president
orders.
empowering our law enforcement to say, if you try to come across the border illegally,
I
you've got to stay
remember-
in
I
Mexico,
remember
you've got to
that-
go
that
back
was
through
like
proper
it.
channels. Now, Governor Waltz
Some other group
brought up
of
the
people
community of
use for
Springfield,
their
and he's
actions that
very
are
worried about the things that I've said in Springfield.
Just
Look,
following
in
orders.
Springfield, Ohio, and in
Oh,
communities all
this is
across this
important.
country, you've got schools that are overwhelmed. You've got hospitals that are overwhelmed.
That's not
You've
what he
got
was talking
housing
about.
is
That's not
totally
the thing he
unaffordable
said.
Because we brought in millions of illegal immigrants.
We're
to
concerned
compete with
about
Americans
you saying
for
that they're
scarce
eating
homes.
the
people
dogs
that
and
I'm most worried about
cats.
in Springfield, Ohio, are the American citizens who have had their lives destroyed by Kamala Harris's open
Who had their
border.
dogs
It is a
eaten
disgrace
and their
to them.
cats eaten.
By
I actually
immigrants
think- I agree with
occupying
you.
the
I
same
think you wanna
space.
solve this
I
problem,
think that
but I don't think that
Springfield,
Kamala
Ohio-
Harris does.
Oh my
Senator,
God,
your
are
time's
they
up.
like?
Governor, you have 1 minute
It's
to
Trump and
respond.
Kamala's fault. We're actually like
Law enforcement
geniuses.
that asked
We're
for the
fine.
bill.
How about we
We're
team
running
up?
third
We're
party.
the ones that supported it. That's because they know we need to do this. Look, this issue of
Him and
continuing
Vance,
to
they
bring
turn
this up,
on
of
Trump and
not
Harris,
dealing with
and
it, of
start their own
blaming
party.
migrants for
Yeah, what
everything.
would happen if there was a
On
vice
housing,
president
we could talk
revolt?
a little bit about Wall Street speculators buying up housing and making them less affordable. But it becomes a blame.
Ooh.
Look, this bill also gives the money necessary to adjudicate. I agree. It should not take 7 years for an asylum claim to be done. This bill gets it done in 90 days. Then you start to make a difference in this, and you start to adhere to what we know, American principles. Look, I don't talk about my faith a lot, but Matthew 25:40 talks about
shut
the least
up,
amongst us
dude.
shall be
No, no, no.
great.
God is speaking to me right now.
But this can help.
They
This can
simply
actually
brought
help.
order to it. This bill does
No,
it.
it can.
It's funded.
Dude,
it's
he's-
supported by the
who
people who
gives
do
a
it.
shit?
He's
and it lets us
convincing
keep
the
our dignity
Christians right now.
about how
He
we
had
treat
that
other
off.
people.
He had that ready to go.
Thank
Matthew
you, Governor. And just
25:40.
to
Let me
clarify
find that.
for our viewers, Springfield,
Austin
Ohio, does
316.
have a large number of Haitian migrants
Link 182.
who have legal status, temporary protected
Blink
status.
182 says.
Thank you, Senator. We have so much to get to.
Margaret, I think it's important
Uh-oh.
Oh.
We're going to turn out of the
debate-
economy. Thank
Margaret,
you.
Senator,
the
shut
rules
the
were that
fuck
you got
up.
to do a fact check, and since you're fact checking me,
I
I
wish
think it's
I could
important
swear.
to say what's actually going
Are they
on.
allowed to
So
swear
there's
or
an
not?
application called the CBP One app, where you can
The
go
CBT.
on as an illegal migrant, apply for asylum or apply for parole, and be granted legal status at the wave
Matthew
of
25:8.
a Kamala Harris open border
All
law.
these
That
are
is not
the
a
beginning
person
of
coming in,
oh, that's
applying for a
24.
green card and waiting for 10 years. That is
And
a
the foolish said
patient
unto the
legal
wise,
immigration,
Give us
Margaret,
of your
by
Thank you,
oil,
Senator,
for our lamps are
describing the
gone
legal
out.
process.
Laws
We
and
have
Kamala
so much
Harris
to get
opened up
to,
that-
Senator.
Makes sense.
Those
We have
laws
so
have been
much
in
to
place
Senator,
since
stop
1990.
talking.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Senator, please
We
shut the
wanna
fuck
have-
up.
has not been on
I
the books.
implore you. Shut
Both
the
of you
fuck up.
guys, stop.
They cut his
That was
mic.
a-
You can still hear him.
Gentlemen, the audience can't hear you because your mics are cut. We have so much we want
Wow.
to do. Thank you for explaining the
Oh
legal
my
process.
god!
They're like
Nora,
little
thank you,
children.
Margaret.
He's still
The
talking.
economy
Let's
is
be
also
honest.
top
How long did we
concern
make
for
it? What time
voters.
is it?
Each
We
of
made
our
it half an hour.
campaigns has
Okay.
released an economic
It took
plan,
a
so
while
let's
for
talk
them to get
about
their
the
mics cut.
specifics.
That's impressive for
Trump
today.
got his mic cut like 10,000 times in like 2016 and 2020.
Yeah.
Housing and a renewed
And he brought his own
tax credit.
megaphone.
The Wharton School says your proposals will
How
increase
would you
the
like to
deficit
suck
by
my ball?
$1.2
True.
trillion.
Wow.
How would you pay for that without ballooning the
Check my
deficit?
ball.
Governor, I'll give you 2
Wow.
minutes.
Yeah, thank you. And Kamala Harris and I do believe in the middle class because that's where we come from. We both grew up in
What
that.
from?
We understand. So those of you out there listening tonight, you're hearing a lot of stuff back and forth, and it's good. It's
middle
healthy.
class
That's
is
what this
real.
is supposed to happen. You should
There's
be
only
listening
poor
to how's this
people and
going
rich
to
people.
impact me. The bold
We both
forward
worked at
plan that
McDonald's.
Kamala Harris put out
I
there
worked with
is
her.
one is talking about this housing issue. The one thing is there's 3 million new houses proposed under this plan with down payment assistance on the front end.
What
to
was
get you an
JD
house.
Vance
A
so
house is
insistent
much
on getting,
more than just an asset to
corrected?
be traded somewhere. It's foundational to where you're
killing
at.
everyone.
And then making sure look at the things you buy
What was it
every day,
actually? I'm
whether they be
curious.
prescription drugs.
I didn't
or
get to
other
hear it. I was
things,
looking up
that
the
there's
Bible.
fairness in that. Look, the $35 insulin is a good thing, but it costs $5 to make insulin. They were charging $800 before this law went into effect. As far as the housing goes, I've seen it in Minnesota. 12% more houses in Minneapolis, prices went down on rent 4%. It's working. And then making
on
sure
12% it went down 4%.
$6,000 child tax credit, we have one in
Awesome.
Minnesota, reduces
went down
childhood poverty
4%.
by a third.
So if your rent was $1,000, now it's $960.
The law as it stands right now is $5,000 tax credit for small business.
I did
increasing
that.
To $50,000. Now this is a philosophical difference.
Did I do that?
Donald Trump made a promise, and I'll give you this. He kept it. He took folks to Mar-a-Lago, said, you're rich as hell, I'm going to give you a tax cut. He gave the tax cuts that predominantly went to the top class. What happened there was an $8 trillion increase in the national debt, the largest ever. Now he's proposing a 20%
back when Vance hated
or
him.
sales tax
I
on
think
everything we bring in.
that
Everyone agrees,
should
including
resurrect,
businesses, it would be destabilizing it, it would increase inflation,
Resurrect
and
Andrew
potentially
Jackson
lead
dead.
to a recession.
Oh,
Look, this is simple for you. Where are we going?
bring Andrew Jackson back from the dead and have him just kill off all of the BAM, just like he did last.
Bring Jimmy Carter back from the dead.
I think we should bring back Johnny Carson.
Carson, bring back
I'll give you a
Johnny
moment to respond on that. But similarly, the Wharton School has done an analysis of the Trump plan and says
Andrew
it would increase the nation's
Get rid of
deficit
our national
by
debt.
Not the
$5.8
Wharton
trillion.
School.
My question is the same for you. How do you pay for all that without ballooning the deficit? I'll give you 2 minutes.
Well, first of all, you're going to hear a lot from Tim Walz this evening, and you just heard it in the answer. A lot of what Kamala Harris proposes to do.
Yes, we will hear a lot
And
from
to be
him because
honest with
he's
you,
in a
it even
debate.
sounds pretty good. Here's what you won't hear, is that Kamala Harris has already done it. Because she's been the vice president for 3.5 years. She had the opportunity to enact all of these great policies, and what she's actually done instead is drive the cost of food higher by 25%. Drive the cost of housing higher by about
She raised the lever on Biden's desk
and make
to increase
middle-class
it.
life unaffordable for a large number of Americans. If Kamala Harris has such great plans for how to address middle-class problems,
Our inflation in the country is the lowest in the world.
asking for promotion,
Like
the job the
in
American
any
people
like
gave her
comparable
3.5 years
country,
ago. And the
it is
fact that she
significantly
isn't
higher.
tells you a lot about how much you can trust
Because we're
her
in this
actual
game
plans.
of hopscotch
Donald
where
Trump's
wages
economic
increase,
plan
so
is
then
not just a
cost
plan,
of
but
production
it's also
increases,
a
so they
record.
increase
A
wages
lot of those
again.
same economists attack
And
Donald
it
Trump's
just
plans, and they
balloons the
have
fucking,
PhDs, but they don't have common
price.
sense, and they don't have wisdom.
And also
Because
just
Donald
corporate
Trump's
greed, you know,
economic
they don't want to
policies
miss out on
delivered the
0.1%
highest
profit.
take-home pay
So.
in a generation in this country, 1.5% inflation, and to boot, peace and security all over the world. So when people say that Donald Trump's economic plan doesn't make sense, I say look at the record. He delivered rising take-home pay for American
Rising
workers.
Hitler.
Now, Tim admirably admits that they want to undo the Trump tax cuts. But if you look at what was so different about
He
Donald
admits
Trump's
that
tax
the
cuts,
Trump
even
tax
from
cuts
previous
happened. What the
tax
fuck?
cut plans, is that a lot of those
He's
resources
actually
went
acknowledged
to
it.
giving more take-home
Trump
pay
is
to
That's
middle class
crazy.
and working
Fuck
class
backstage
Americans.
right now.
It was passed in 2017. And
Tomorrow,
you saw
J.D.
American
Vance
economic
dropped
boom
as vice
unlike
presidential
we've seen
candidate.
in a
Ron
generation in
DeSantis
this country.
signed on.
That is a record that I'm proud to run on.
I'm shocked we haven't seen that headline already.
Wisdom, so that
I mean,
you
he's
can
talking
afford
shit
to
on
live
Trump to like
the
kind of
American
pass
dream
the
again.
buck on
I
it. Like,
know a
oh,
lot
that's
of
what
you are
Trump
struggling.
says. I'm
I know
saying
a lot
this.
of you are worried about paying the bills. It's gonna stop when Donald Trump brings back common sense to this country.
Governor, do you want to respond to that? What has Kamala
common
Harris
sense.
done for the middle
Yeah,
class?
well, Kamala Harris is
What do you call it? Thinking.
Trump's failure on COVID that led to the collapse of our economy. We were already before COVID in a manufacturing recession. 10 million people out of work, largest percentage since the Great Depression. 9 million jobs closed on that. That was day one. Whether it was the Infrastructure Act or other things we moved. Now, you made a question.
Did they
about
mention the
experts
Bronze
said this.
Age yet?
I made a note of this.
I mean, under Trump, like millions of jobs were lost, and under Biden, we got millions of jobs gained. Like,
look, if you're going to be president, you don't have all the answers. Donald Trump believes he does. My pro tip of the day is this. If you need heart surgery, listen to the people at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota, not Donald Trump. And the same thing.
Shout
Get into the Mayo
I ask
Clinic.
you out there.
Shout out.
Nurses, truck drivers, or whatever. How is it fair that you're paying your taxes every year and Donald Trump hasn't paid any federal tax in the last 15 years? And the last year as president. That's what's wrong with the system. There's a way around it, and he's bragged about that. We're just asking for fairness in it, and that's all you want.
You have a minute.
Governor, you say trust the experts. But those same experts for 40 years said that if we shipped our manufacturing base off to China, we'd get cheaper goods. They lied about that. They said if we shipped our
40 years ago,
No, that is how that
Reagan.
to
works.
Mexico,
They're looking
and
at each other.
it would
We
make
have
the middle
cheaper
class
goods
stronger.
now.
They were wrong about that.
We're gonna kiss.
They were wrong
Shout out to
about the
Chino.
idea that if we made America less self-reliant, less
Walls is taking a lot of
in our
notes
own
here.
nation, that it would somehow make us better off, and they were wrong about
Maybe
it.
wait until
And
he's
for the
done
first
talking and
time
take
in
the
a
notes. It's a little
generation, Donald
disrespectful.
Trump had the wisdom and the courage to say to that bipartisan consensus, we're not doing it anymore. We're bringing American manufacturing back. We're unleashing
Making America
energy.
great
We're gonna
again.
make more of our own stuff. And this
Bring
isn't
back
just an
American
economic
manufacturing.
issue. I mean, I've got 3 beautiful little kids at home, 7, 4, and 2, and I love them very much.
I
and hope they're in bed
manufactured
right
them.
now. But look, so many of the drugs,
In
the
America.
pharmaceuticals that we put in the bodies of our children
At the
are
jury's out.
manufactured by nations that hate us. This has
Not true.
to stop, and we're not going to stop
They're
it by listening
pissing
to
our-
experts. We're going
our
to stop it by
meds.
listening to common sense wisdom.
We're gonna
This
stop
is
listening to
not-
experts.
Senator,
I'm sorry.
Can you address that? I mean, voters say
I'm
they
sorry.
trust Donald Trump on the economy.
Common
More
sense.
online.
How do you
If you're
feel
listening
about
tonight
it?
and you want billionaires to get tax cuts, you heard what the numbers were. Look, I'm a union guy on this. I'm not a guy who wanted to ship things overseas, but I understand that, look, we produce soybeans and corn. We need to have fair trading partners. That's something that we believe in. I think the thing that most concerns me on this is Donald Trump.
I think the
was
reason
guy
why this is
who
going
created the
mostly
largest
okay
trade
is that
deficit
both
in
of them are
American
just kind of
history with
pushing it
China.
off on
So the
the
rhetoric is
presidential
good.
candidate.
Much of what the senator said right there, I'm in agreement with him on this. I watched.
I
it
mean,
happen
are they
too. I
wrong
watched it
though?
in
I
my
mean,
communities, and we talked
I
about
mean,
that.
Walls is
But
also just.
we had
See, Trump
people
is more
undercutting the
aggressive
right to
than Vance,
collectively
and because
bargain. We had
Vance
right
isn't
to
as
work
aggressive,
states made it
Walls
more
is able to
difficult.
admit that he
We had
agrees with
companies
him.
that were willing to ship it
So
over.
it's leading to
and
a
we saw
healthier
people
debate.
profit. Folks that
Trump's
interesting.
too
folks that
aggressive.
are
Oh.
Yeah.
venture capital in some cases.
Something
putting
made
money
JD
into
Vance,
companies that were overseas.
resemble
We're
a
in
smile.
agreement that we bring those home. The issue is Donald Trump is talking about it. Kamala Harris has a record:
Why did he do
250,000
that
more
face?
manufacturing
Look at
jobs.
the face.
just came out of the
Hey, he keeps
IRA.
looking to the
Can I respond to
camera.
that?
Yes.
So appreciate that. So if you notice, what Governor Walz just did is he said, first of all, Donald Trump has to listen to the experts. And then when he acknowledged that the experts screwed up, he said,
Why do
"Well,
we keep
Donald
talking
Trump
about
didn't
these
do nearly
experts,
as good of a
man?
job
What do they
as
know?
the
No,
statistics
that's a
show
gross
that he
generalization.
did." So what Tim Walz is doing, and I honestly, Tim, I think you got a tough job here because you've got to play whack-a-mole. You've got to pretend that Donald Trump didn't deliver rising take-home pay,
Don't jack
which
this
of
man
course
out.
he did. You've got to pretend that Donald
He wants
Trump
to show off
didn't
his
deliver
beautiful area now.
lower inflation, which of course he did.
Oh,
And then you
oh.
simultaneously
Oh my
got to
God.
defend Kamala Harris's atrocious
why are
economic
they
record,
so blue?
which has made gas,
They're very blue. Is
groceries,
he wearing
and housing
contacts?
affordable
Oh
for
my
American
God.
citizens. I was raised by a woman who would sometimes
Brag.
go into medical debt so that she could
Actually.
put food on the table in our household. I know what it's like to not be able to afford the things that you need to afford. We can do so
No, you
much
don't.
better. To all of you watching,
No,
we can
you
get
don't,
back to an
dude.
America that's affordable again.
Dude,
we
you
just
were-
got to get back to common
you were
sense
born in
economic principles.
1980.
I hope we have a
84.
conversation on
You like-
healthcare.
I remember
Senator
back in
Governor,
my day when
Thank you, Margaret.
In the
We
90s.
have a
I
lot
remember
Bread
back in
cost-
like the late 80s and
Gentlemen,
90s.
$3
many topics, but right now I want
Now
to
it
talk
costs
about
Do it on your
$3
own
and 5
time,
cents.
civilly
the vice
discussing
president
this.
is often the last voice the president hears before making consequential decisions. We want to ask you about your leadership qualities. Governor Walz, you said you were in Hong Kong during the deadly Tiananmen Square protests in the spring of
That didn't happen.
1989. But Minnesota Public Radio and other media outlets are
What are we
reporting
talking
that
about?
you actually didn't travel to Asia until August of that year. Can you explain that discrepancy? You have 2
Yeah,
minutes.
well, and to the folks out there who didn't get at the top of this, look, I grew up in small rural Nebraska, town.
That's
of 400,
basically Asia.
Town that you rode with your buddies till the street.
I think a
lights come on, and I'm
Tiananmen
proud
Square
of that
thing
service.
happened there.
I joined the National Guard at 17.
Dude,
I
that's so
remember
irrelevant.
Use the
If you
gas
get
bill.
cornered, you
To
just
become a
mention
teacher,
you're like,
passionate
you know,
about it,
being a
young
soldier.
teacher.
Yeah, what's going on here?
My first year out, I got the opportunity
What
in the summer of '89.
Why did you
to
lie
travel
about
through
being
China.
in Tiananmen
35
Square?
years ago, be able to do that. I came back home
Tim Walz was actually
and
the
then
tank man.
started a program to take young people there. We would take
started a
basketball
TV
I thought I
teams,
was being run over by a
baseball
tank. It was
teams, we would
actually a
take
pickup
dancers,
truck.
and we would go back and forth to
Much
China.
better.
The issue for that was to try and learn. Now look, my community knows who I am. They saw where I was at. Look, I will be the first to tell you, I have poured my heart into my community. I've tried to do the best I can, but I'm not
I
been
hate to say it, but I love my community.
But it's always been about that. Those same people elected me to Congress for 12 years. And in Congress, I was one of the most bipartisan people. working on things like farm bills.
Okay,
done,
but like
working on veterans benefits.
the question.
And then the we're able to elect me governor twice. So look,
Why did you say
commitment
you
has
were
been
in
from the
Tiananmen
beginning
Square
to make sure that
when
I'm
you
there
were
for the
not?
people, to make sure that I get this right. I will say more than anything. Many times I will talk a lot. I will get caught up in the rhetoric. But being there, the impact
That's not a good thing to
difference
admit.
it made in my life. I learned a lot about.
I just talk so much that
this.
untrue things just start
that
coming out of my
Donald
mouth.
Trump should have come on one of those trips with us. I guarantee you he wouldn't be praising Xi Jinping about COVID, and I guarantee you he wouldn't start
I
a
don't think
trade
he's
war that he
praising
ends up losing.
Xi Jinping.
So this is about trying to
About
understand
COVID. I think
the
he's
world.
just praising
it's about
him
trying
because
to
he likes to be
do the
buddy
best
buddy
you can
with
for your community, and then it's
dictators.
putting yourself out there and letting your folks
Yeah,
understand.
he says he has a good
my
relationship with
commitment,
Putin,
whether it
like
be
on
for
the
teaching,
regular
which I
now.
was
Yeah.
good at, or whether it was being
They
a good
text all the
soldier,
time.
or
They
was
play
being a good
they
member
play
of
fucking
Congress.
like
Those are the things
Modern
that I think are
Warfare
the
and shit.
values that people care about.
They call each
Governor,
other
just
and they
to
like
follow
kick their
up on
feet in
that,
the air
the
when they're in
question was,
military.
can you explain?
no.
He didn't answer it
All I
once.
said on this was I got there that summer and misspoke on this. So I will just, that's what I've said. So I was in Hong Kong and China during the democracy protests went in. And from that, I learned a lot of what needed to be in governance.
Thank you, Governor. Senator
Cool.
Vance.
That wasn't
in
great.
2016, you called your running mate Donald Trump unfit for the nation's highest
Oh.
office, and you
Uh-oh.
said he could be
He
America's
did say that
The day
a
of
lot,
reckoning.
actually.
said you've been
That's
out
right.
headlines, and you've said
What
you
about
regret
Hitler?
those comments.
He
and
texted.
explained
He
you
said that
then
he's
voted
America's
for Donald
Hitler.
Trump in 2020.
Oh my God.
But the Washington Post reported new messages last week in which you also disparaged Trump's economic record while he was
You
president.
look exactly like the
Writing
guy
this
from
out
the
in
Washington
2020,
Post.
quote,
Explain that.
Trump thoroughly failed to deliver his economic populism. You're now his running mate, and you've shifted many of your policy stances to align with his. If you become vice
Well, you see,
president,
he asked me to be
why
the
should
vice
Americans
president.
trust that you will give Donald Trump the advice
He looks exactly like
he
Dave
needs to hear,
Jorgensen.
and not just the
Jorgensen.
advice he wants
You guys
to
know
hear.
who that is?
You have 2 minutes.
Well, first of all, Margaret, because I've always been open.
Not off
And
the top of
sometimes,
my
course,
head.
I've disagreed with the president, but I've also been
He's a
extremely
Wall Street
open about the
journalist.
fact that I was wrong
Journal.
about Donald Trump.
Wall Street
I was
Post
wrong,
journalist.
first of all, because I believed some of
Oh,
the
that
media
guy.
There he
stories that
is.
turned out to be dishonest fabrications of his record. But most importantly,
As
Donald Trump
wise man
delivered for the
Will Wood
American
once
people.
said,
Rising
why do you
wages,
think ideas
rising
spread
take-home
because they're
pay,
good? No,
an
they
economy
spread
that
because
works for
people like
normal
them.
Americans, a secure southern border, a
I'm
life
feeling
that,
my
frankly,
fucking
that I
bit
didn't
right
think he'd
now.
be able to deliver on.
Why do they
And
always
yet,
bring
when
up the
you
fucking
speak up,
border?
when you
Oh, well,
speak,
when Trump
when
was
you get something
president, the
wrong
border
and you
was
change your mind,
strong.
you ought to be honest with the American
I mean,
people
that's when
about it. It's one
when
of the
Trump
reasons,
said,
Margaret,
you know,
why I've done so
on
many
Jan
interviews,
6 we
because
had
I
a
think it's
strong
important to
border at
actually
least.
explain to the American
Like,
people where I
like
come
it's
down
some
on the issues and what's
panacea
changed. Now,
for
you pointed out
resolving
the messages from
issues.
2020. Margaret, I've been extremely consistent that I think there were a
I-
lot
nope.
of things that
Nope.
we could have
Wrong.
done better
Nope.
in the Trump
Wrong.
administration the
Yeah,
first time.
consistent is not the word for that.
Congress was doing its job.
Margaret,
I strongly
you
believe, and
trust
I've been a
me,
United
Margaret.
States Senator, that Congress is not just a hot-button debate society. It's not just a forum for senators and
Thank
congressmen
you.
to whine about problems. It's a forum to govern.
You're not welcome.
So there
Yes.
are a lot of things on the border, on tariffs, for
Like the
example,
border.
where I think that we could have done so much more if
Did
the
I ever mention
Republican
the
Congress
border?
and the Democrats in Congress had been a little bit better about how they govern the country. They were so obsessed with impeaching Donald Trump, they couldn't actually govern. And I want to talk about
Impeaching
this
him
tariff issue
for
in particular,
interfering with the
Margaret,
election.
because,
God
you know,
forbid.
Tim just accused this of being a national
For doing an
sales tax.
insurrection.
Look,
The very
thing-
idea.
You're not, probably surprised to hear me praising Joe Biden, but the one thing that Joe Biden
Oh.
did is he continued some of the Trump tariffs that protected American manufacturing jobs. And it's the one issue, the most pro-worker part of the Biden administration, it's the one issue where Kamala Harris has run away from Joe Biden's record. Think about this. If you're trying to
I'll be right back.
workers in China
Think
at
he's
$3 a
retarded.
day, you're going to do that and undercut the wages of American workers unless
No, he left
our
just as
country
this thing
stands
happened.
up for
Oh,
itself and
no.
says,
Reality
Let
is
me
breaking
fix it.
again.
you're paying middle-class Americans a fair wage.
Senator, your time is up.
Nope.
Thank you.
Save us.
Now to the issue of reproductive rights.
Ooh,
Governor
oh,
Walz,
she's
after
the
Roe
flirt.
versus
Margaret.
Wade was overturned, you
Margaret,
signed a
save us.
bill into law that made Minnesota one of the least
Margaret.
restrictive states in the nation when it comes
Margaret.
to abortion.
Margaret.
Former President
You
Trump
trust me,
said
Margaret,
in the
right?
last debate that you believe abortion, quote, in the 9th month is absolutely fine. Yes or
What?
no? Is that what you support? I'll give you 2 minutes.
That's not what the bill says, but look, this issue is what's on everyone's mind. Donald Trump put this all into motion. He brags about how
People
great
do
it
think
was
about things.
that he put the judges in and overturned Roe versus Wade. 52 years of personal autonomy.
Yeah,
And
but
then he
what about
tells
the
us,
border?
we send it to the states. It's a beautiful thing. Amanda Zaworski would disagree with you on it's a beautiful thing. A young bride in Texas waiting for their child at 18 weeks. She has a complication, a tear in the membrane. She needs to go in. The medical care at that point needs to be decided by the doctor. And that would have been an abortion.
Yeah.
But in Texas, that would have
Wow,
put them
who would have fucking
in legal
thought?
jeopardy. She went home, got sepsis, nearly dies, and now she may have difficulty having children. Or in Kentucky, Hadley Duvall, a 12-year-old child raped and impregnated by her stepfather.
Oh.
Those are horrific. Now, when God asked about that, Senator Vance said 2 wrongs don't make a right. There is no right in this. So in Minnesota, what we did was restore Roe versus Wade. We made sure that we put women in charge of their health care. But look, this is not where, if you don't know Amanda or a Hadley, you soon will. Their Project 2025 is going to have a registry of pregnancies. It's going to make it more difficult, if not impossible, to get contraception and limit
Polly, Indy has a
access, if not
question.
eliminate access to
I
infertility
don't think it's there yet.
For so many of you out there listening, me included, infertility treatments are why
What's
I
up?
have a child.
You
That's
think we
nobody
should let
else's
a house
business.
sign all
but
the
those
medical
things are
bills
being proposed.
Yes.
And the
I agree with
catch-all
her.
on
Next
this
question.
is, well, the
Yes,
states
next
will
question.
decide what's right for Texas
I know
might
the
not be
question.
right for Washington. That's not how this works. This
Yeah,
is
that's not how
basic
that
human
works.
right. We have seen maternal mortality skyrocket in Texas, outpacing many other countries in the world. This is about healthcare. In Minnesota, we are ranked first in healthcare for a reason. We trust women. We trust doctors.
JD Vance is
Senator,
trying
you
to
wanna respond
process
the
this. You
governor's
can
claim?
tell
Will
by
you
his
create
blinks.
a federal
Vance is
pregnancy
like,
monitoring
fuck, I
agency?
feel you in a moment.
He's thinking hard.
Certainly we won't. And I want to talk about this issue because I know a lot of Americans care about it, and I know a lot of Americans don't agree.
I want to talk
with
about it because I
everything
know a
that
lot
I've
of
ever said on this
Americans care
topic.
about it and they don't
You know,
agree.
I
And
grew up in a working class family in a
filibuster
neighborhood
and
where I knew
Ramble
young
and
women who had unplanned pregnancies and
Filibuster.
decided to terminate those
The
pregnancies.
border and
Anyways,
They
the
feel like they
border.
don't have any other
Yeah.
options. And you know, one of them is actually.
you
very
want to talk
dear
about
me.
Indeed, by the way,
aborting.
you're
I
very
want to talk
muffled
about
tonight.
a
And I
border.
love you.
Who said my name?
And she told me something
You're
a
very
couple years
muffled.
ago that
Oh,
she
I'm
felt
sorry.
like if she hadn't had that abortion,
She should be.
that it would
Did
have
I fix
destroyed her
it?
life because she was in an
better.
abusive relationship. And I think that what
I think
take
it's
from
very
that as a
bad that we've
Republican
aborted
who probably
deportation.
wants to protect innocent life in this country.
I don't
who
think
wants
so.
to
Innocent
protect
life.
the vulnerable.
Yeah,
Except when there
My
isn't
party, we've got to do
life
so
in
much
there.
better of a
Yeah,
job
And then they still
at
don't
He
let
brought
them.
up that
keeping
weird
people's
example of like
trust
saving
back
someone
on
from
this
abuse.
issue when they frankly
Stop
just
blowing into your
don't
mic.
Trust us. And I think that's one of the things that Donald Trump and I are endeavoring to do. I want us as a Republican Party to be pro-family in the fullest sense of the word. I want us to support fertility treatments. I want us to make it easier for moms to afford to have babies. I want it to make it easier for young families to afford.
It's not about
home so they can
affording
afford a
it. Some of
place
them just
to
don't
raise
fucking
that
want
family. And
them.
I think there's so much that we can do. On
Some
the
people
public
don't
policy
want
front
fucking
just to
babies.
give women
I don't
more
blame them.
options. Now,
Most people
Donald
don't
Trump has
want
been
to
very
fuck
clear that
babies.
on the abortion policy specifically,
Except for you,
that we
Taylor.
have a big country and it's
It's
diverse.
not about
And
the
California
affordability.
has
That's a
different
factor
viewpoint
for
on
a lot
this
of
than
abortions.
Georgia.
But a lot
Georgia
of
has a different
abortions
viewpoint
just
from
happen
Arizona,
because the
and
mom just
proper
doesn't
way
want
to
the
handle
kid,
this
and that should be
How
enough
you
reason.
lubed up and ready for
That
fucking.
should be enough
is
reason,
to
period,
let
that the mom doesn't
voters
want to have
make
the
these
kid.
decisions.
And then there's like
Let
a
the
thousand
individual states
reasons
make
like
their
that.
abortion
Like-
policy, and I think that's what makes the most sense in a very big,
Makes
a very
sense.
diverse, and let's be honest, sometimes
Whatever
very,
makes
very,
sense.
very
You're a fan of
messy
whatever
and
makes
divided
sense.
country.
Governor, would you like to respond and also answer the question
Yeah.
about restrictions?
Yeah, well, the question got asked, and Donald Trump made the accusation that wasn't true about Minnesota. Well, let me tell you about this idea that there's diverse states. There's a young woman named Amber Thurman. She happened to be in Georgia, a restrictive state. Because of that, she had to travel a long distance to North Carolina to try and get her care. Amber Thurman died in that journey back and forth. The fact
was
of the matter is, how
assassinated.
can we as a nation
CIA
say that
guy.
your life
Fucking missile
and
strike
your
on her
rights
car.
as basic
Hell,
as the
baby
right to
murder.
control your own body is determined on geography.
For those that are
There's a
unaware,
very
that is
real
sarcasm
chance
on my
had
behalf.
Amber Thurman lived in Minnesota, she would be alive today. That's why the restoration of Roe versus Wade.
JD
When you
Vance
listen
is
to Vice
trying
President
so
Harris
hard
talk
not
about
to
this subject, and you hear me
emotional.
talk about it, you hear us talking exactly
Fuck,
the same.
empathy?
Donald
Shit.
Trump is trying to figure out how to get the political right of this. I agree with a lot of what Senator Vance said about what's happening. His running mate,
He's
though, does
rapidly
not,
trying to come up with a fake
Senator,
anecdote to tell about why
that.
abortion is
He
bad.
mentioned, was, I think, referring to a national ban. In the
A woman
past,
got an
you have
abortion and her life's better.
a
Fuck, that
federal
doesn't work.
ban on abortion after
She goes,
15
that
weeks.
wasn't the question.
In fact, you said if someone can't support legislation like
Yeah,
that,
you just told a story.
you are making the United States the most barbaric pro-abortion regime anywhere in the entire world. My question is, why have you changed your position?
Well, Nora, first of all, I never supported a national ban.
You said you did. That's a lie. Actually a lie. Actually wrong.
We have a partial birth abortion ban.
Well, just because I said that thing doesn't mean I meant it.
It was a joke.
Get rid of that, or at least I hope not. Though I know that
I have very dry humor.
It was too
Radical pro-abortion stance. Doesn't that imply that you want to get rid of it?
And the people of Ohio voted overwhelmingly, by the way, against my position. And I think that what I learned from that, Nora, is that we've got to do a better job at winning
that
back
people don't
people's
like
trust.
my
So many young
position.
women would love to have families. So many young women
No,
also
they can do it. Then do it. So many don't, is the thing.
Education, destroy their relationships, and we have got to earn people's trust back. And that's why Donald Trump
like the cope some people do is like, oh, well, there's always adoption. You can always put them up for adoption.
Making fertility treatments more accessible.
Like,
we've got to do a better job.
There's the
Why is
medical
he talking
bills.
about this? Is literally just. Oh my god.
There's the medical bills you undergo when you give birth. There's, you know, adoption fees. There's the health
to make your own choice. We know what the implications are to not be that. Women having miscarriages, women not getting the care, physicians feeling like they may be prosecuted for providing
I don't
that
care
care.
about women, so why
And
should I
as
give
far as making sure that we're educating our children and giving them options, Minnesota's a state with one of the lowest
If they stayed in their
pregnancy
kitchen
rates.
and they kept
We
their fucking
understand
legs
that
shut,
too.
then
We
maybe they
know that
wouldn't
the
be
options need to be available, and we make that true. We also make it, we're a top 3 state for the best place to raise children. But these two things to try and
Top
say
3.
that we're pro
Like, come
children,
on.
but we don't like
Bronze.
this, or
You're
you
gonna
guys are
you're gonna brag
pro-abortion,
about getting the
that's
bronze
not the
medal.
case at all.
Really
We are
promoting
bronze
promoting
show.
women to make their choices, and we're going.
Dude,
this guy has a fucking hard-on for Minnesota.
Options for children more affordable.
Good.
A $6,000 child tax credit.
Good.
But we're
You just
not
randomly
in the
shouted out like a
of
town
making
from Minnesota
someone
It's
earlier.
like-
Thurman
It's like my
drive
top
600
5
miles
favorite
to try
states,
and get
probably.
healthcare.
I've never been.
Number one. That. First of all, Governor, I agree with you.
From what I've heard
Amber
about.
Thurman should
Stop
still be
doing
alive.
that.
I certainly wish that she was.
What did I
And
do?
maybe
You blew into the
you're
mic.
free to disagree with
I'm
me on
sorry.
this and explain this
I'm
to me.
sorry.
But as I read the Minnesota law that you signed into
Minnesota law.
the statute that you
Law.
signed into law, it says that
Lol,
the doctor
Minnesota.
who presides over an abortion where the baby
Only
survives,
lol
the
cows
doctor
live in
is under no
Minnesota.
obligation to provide life-saving
An
care to a
abortion
baby
for
who
the
survives a
baby
botched
survive.
late-term abortion. That is, I think,
That's
whether
not
you're
true.
pro-choice or
I've never heard.
pro-life,
Yeah,
that is
exactly. I've never heard of this
fundamentally
happening.
barbaric. And that's why I use that word, Nora, is because some of what we've seen.
What about this
we
thing
won't
that
force
doesn't
Catholic
happen? What do you think
hospitals
of
to
that?
perform abortions against their will? Because Kamala Harris has supported suing Catholic nuns to violate their freedom of conscience. We can
Sorry?
be
What?
a big and
What?
diverse country.
I don't think
where
that's
we
true.
Respect people's freedom of conscience.
Actually, I'm
and
certain
make
that's
the country
not.
more pro-baby and pro-family. But please.
Yes, Governor, please respond.
Look, this is one where there's always something there. This is a very simple proposition. These are women's decisions to make about their healthcare decisions, and the physicians who know best when they need to do this. Trying to distort the way a law is written to try and make a point, that's not it at all.
What was I wrong
This
about,
was-
Governor? Please tell me. What was I wrong
That is
about?
not the way the law
Give
is
me a
written.
second, dude.
I've given
But
this,
how?
I've given this advice on a lot of things, that getting involved, that's been misread, and it was fact-checked at the last debate. But the point on this is there's a continuation of these guys to try and tell women or to get involved. I use this line on this, just mind your own business on this. Things work best when Roe versus Wade
mind
was
your
in
own
place.
business.
When we do a restoration of
He doesn't
Roe,
want to say
that
damn
works
on this
best. That doesn't
podcast.
preclude us
On this
from
podcast, this debate.
Podcast?
for children.
Why aren't they doing the debate on the Joe Rogan
He knows he's
podcast?
getting
California,
simulcast
in
by us
Minnesota,
right now.
They get meals. They get early childhood education. They get
Give
health
them
care.
what?
So
What are the
hiding
what's
behind
that
we're going to
typical
do all these
podcast
other
night?
things when you're
The,
not proposing
show
them in your
something?
budget. Kamala Harris is proposing them. She's proposing all those things to
Maybe
make
put
life
the
easier
S&B
for families.
17.
I asked a specific question, Governor. You gave me a slogan as a response.
It's not the case. It's not true. That's not what the law says.
There you go. There's the answer. There's the fucking answer.
Gentlemen, there's a lot to
Do your
discuss.
parents
We
know
have
you're
to
gay?
move on.
Yes or
We'll be
no?
right back with
Well, I mean, yes or no?
Yeah, we're SM7B.
Do your parents know you
I
don't?
just love how, oh my god, Tim Walz is just like, no, shut up, you're just lying.
He seems happy with himself right now.
Do you think when the cameras turn off, they're gonna turn Vance and be like, sorry, Walls, and they just start making out? They come back and say,
Here's Pluto
"The debate
TV
has actually
disavowing
been
this shit.
The debate's been
This debate sucks. We don't endorse.
I do.
Mute this shit.
I
Godfather.
disavow
Godfather,
whatever the
part
hell
two.
Vance came out of Vance's mouth.
Spilled
Did not
chocolate.
Imagine
get
they cut
The
back to the
Godfather.
debate. It's like, the debate's actually been canceled.
I
as,
will cry over that spilled milk.
The debate's actually been canceled as Vance and Walls have just began fucking. We can't get
Like
them to
those
stop.
two people in the Senate office.
The debate has been canceled. We'll be doing a watch along of the Godfather trilogy.
Yeah, let's watch The Godfather live. Good.
What is
Evaporated.
this? What era of Addams Family is this?
The
This
new
is
one?
the hit show Wednesday.
No,
Yeah,
this is
This is the good. What are you talking about? This is like the '90s one or whatever, right?
yeah, not the '50s one.
No, it's like the '90s one. I love people. I love the
Why is it
'90s
in
one.
widescreen?
My mom came in and went, at least you're watching an actual debate instead of a name-calling tournament.
Well, imagine.
I was like, wow, you're actually doing
Novel
something.
idea.
Mission
Impossible.
They got lots of sequels.
4?
Not
They made like
MI5.
a million of these.
They don't have their equivalent of the FBI over there, I guess. The British equivalent. Isn't that what MI5 is?
Yes. I can't remember.
That was a smart
MI5 is a military unit.
There's somebody I can
in
ask.
England.
They're much more militarized than the FBI, from what I remember.
Wow,
You guys
these are
ready for
some
spooky season?
Scary movies. Scream 6.
Spooky.
The
Friday-
Minecraft movie.
Oh!
SpongeBob.
There we
SpongeBob.
go.
SpongeBob.
Spinkle
Let's
Bab.
go.
Plans start at just $7.99 a month. How much difference can one vote make?
69 votes.
60. Just one vote?
$1.
Just one.
$1.
It's actually just one vote.
Sorry?
How much money do you need to change your life? $1.
$1.
$1.
You should persuade your friend to vote.
You should hold your friend at gunpoint and say, if you
Vote,
don't vote
vote,
blue,
vote.
I'm going to kill you.
You get to vote 24 times?
Now, I might be convinced that the entire cast of Hamilton sings at me to vote.
I mean,
I was talking about how bad Hamilton was earlier.
Was that...
Rapping slave owners. Rapping slave owners. Who?
That's pretty sick.
Who?
Thomas Jefferson killed a child on White House property.
that sounds
You know
right.
who Andrew Jackson was?
No, not Andrew Jackson.
No, but do you know who he was?
Disney News.
Dude,
Yes.
I love
Kind of a
Andrew
piece of
Jackson.
shit.
He was
What do
the
you
only
mean?
president to get rid of the national.
All the crime.
Dexter.
Nixon or Andrew Jackson?
Jackson.
I just.
You know, Jackson. He had some.
He had some
different
opinions.
odd opinions, but
He had some opinions.
Jackson or Kennedy?
Ooh.
I'll be right back, actually.
Kennedy.
If it comes back on you.
Kennedy or Lyndon B. Johnson?
DJ LB jizz respect. Kennedy.
Did you say DJ LV?
Yeah, DJ LB jizz respect.
I love the
SpongeBob.
term Bruce Stu uses, where he will talk about like assassinations, but he words it like
SpongeBob.
it's always like a JFK joke. Like he's like one of the times he said, "I'm sitting
SpongeBob.
there with my fucking rifle train, like I'm about to put Lyndon B. Johnson in office." I thought that was a really funny way of putting it.
Nobody talks about.
I do
Andrew
really
Garfield.
like how people are like, you know, voting doesn't really fucking matter. You know that the district right next to us, the guy, he was a Democrat. The Democratic Party won by only 10
Jalen, go on mute it.
votes.
Jalen, go on mute it. Go on mute it. Go on mute it.
Oh God.
Oh, did he mute it?
Yes. Help me.
Get to work, woman.
cause of death for children and
There we go.
teens in America is by firearms. Senator
Oh,
Vance,
great, we're talking
you
about
oppose
me,
those
baby.
gun legislation that
Don't fuck
Democrats
with me.
claim would
Oh, this
curb
is a
gun
good one.
violence.
He needs to
You
not do that.
oppose red flag gun laws and legislation to ban certain semi-automatic rifles, including AR-15s. So let me ask you, earlier this year, for the first time, the parents of a school shooter were convicted of involuntary manslaughter and sentenced to 10 years in prison. Do you think holding parents responsible could curb mass shootings? I'll give you 2 minutes.
Yeah, well,
I think we should also hold the grandparents accountable and the
local
great-grandparents.
law enforcement and local authorities to make those decisions. I think in some cases the answer is going to be yes, and in some cases the answer is going to be no. And the details really matter here, of course. For example, if a kid steals a gun, that's going to be different than if a parent hands over a gun knowing that their kid is potentially dangerous.
His parent literally handed him the gun after he was investigated for being violent.
After he was transvestigated.
After he was transvestigated.
And such joy and such pride at their little
That's
faces.
what Twitter does every
Somebody
time.
posts, they're like, oh man, look,
that a lot of kids are
he
going to experience
says
this
that
terrible
Colt is
epidemic of gun
transgender,
violence.
and
of course, our hearts go out to the families that are affected
are
by
you
this terrible
insane?
stuff, and we do have to do better. And I think that Governor Walz and I actually probably agree that we need to do better on this. The question is just how do we actually do it? Now here's
Build Back
really
Better
bothers
plan.
me and worries
Well,
me
that's
about
usually the
the
problem.
epidemic of
Oh,
violence.
there's a problem. How do we have the solution? And then, you know, the Republican solution is, well, we just kill everybody. And we go, could we not do that? And it's like, oh, see, we just can't work together.
What if we do nothing and maybe it'll go away?
Yeah.
Illegal guns
If I plug
run
my
by
eyes-
the Mexican drug
plug my
cartel.
eyes
So that number, the amount of illegal guns in our country is higher today than it was 3.5 years ago. But what do we do about the schools? What do we do to protect our kids? And I think the answer is
I think we should get rid of them.
Not loving
We don't need
kids,
school.
because I don't want my kids to go to school in a school that feels
Just send them
unsafe
straight to
where
the
there are visible
workforce.
signs of security. But I unfortunately think that we have to increase security in our schools. We have to make the doors lock better. We have to make the
No,
doors stronger.
that's not the problem here.
Doors
And
lock
of course,
better.
we've got to increase school resource officers because the
No.
idea
Guys,
that we can
no.
magically
None of them have brain cells. They're so disingenuous.
just doesn't fit with recent experience. So we've got to make our schools
When
safer.
school
And I
shootings
think we've got to
don't
have some
happen, they
common
just
sense
start abusing
bipartisan
the
solutions
police
for how to do that.
Governor, you have 2 minutes.
Well, I think all the parents watching tonight, this is your biggest nightmare. Look, I got a 17-year-old, and he witnessed a shooting at a community center playing volleyball. Those things don't
Holy
leave
shit.
you. As a member of Congress, I sat in my office surrounded by dozens of the Sandy Hook parents, and they were looking at my 7-year-old picture on the wall. Their 7-year-old were dead, and they were asking us to do something. And look, I'm a hunter. I own firearms.
Look,
The
I'm
Vice
100
President
years
is.
old.
We understand that the
100 years
Second
old.
Amendment is there, but our first responsibility is to our kids to figure this out.
I'm actually
In
Jimmy
Minnesota,
Carter. He
we
takes off his mask.
enacted enhanced
God,
I'm 100.
eyes,
red
I'm
flag
sorry
laws,
for making eye
enhanced
contact.
background checks. And we can
Jesus
start to
Christ.
get data. But here's the problem. If we really want to solve this, we've got folks that won't allow research to be even done on gun violence. And this idea that we should just live with it, and I here's what I do think. This is a good start to the conversation. I 100% believe that Senator Vance hates it when these kids, it's abhorrent and it breaks your heart. I agree with that. But that's not far enough. When we
Indy,
know
you
there
are
things
so
that
quiet
work.
right now.
I've spent time in Finland
Should be.
and seen some Finnish schools. They don't have this happen, even though they have a high gun ownership rate in the country. There are reasonable things
Actually,
that we
do I
can
like
do
turn my
to make a difference. It's
microphone
not infringing on your
sensitivity up?
Second Amendment. And the
Or how do I
idea
do
to
that?
have some of these weapons out there, it just doesn't make any sense. Kamala Harris, as an
There we go.
attorney
Is
general,
that better?
worked on this issue. She knows that it's there. No one's trying to scaremonger and say we're taking your guns, but I ask all of you out there, do you want your schools hardened to look like a fort? Is that what we have to go? When we know there's countries around the world that their children aren't practicing these types of drills. They're being kids. We owe it to them to get a fix. These are things that shouldn't be that difficult. You can still keep your firearms, and we can make a difference. We have to. If you're listening tonight, this breaks your heart.
Senator.
Tim, first of all, I didn't know that your 17-year-old witnessed a shooting, and I'm sorry about that, and I hope that he's doing okay. Christ have mercy. It is awful. And I
Get
appreciate
over
what
it.
Tim said actually about Finland, because I do think it
That only happened like a day ago.
Weird differences between our own country's gun violence problem and Finland is, okay, first of all, we have way higher rates of mental health abuse, or mental health
abuse.
substance abuse. We have
Mental
way
health
rates
We
of
abuse
depression,
mental
way
health
higher
here.
rates of anxiety. We
mental
unfortunately
health
have a
substance.
mental health
We
crisis
abuse
in
it
this
more.
country that I really do think that we need to get to the root causes of, because I don't think
This all circles
the
back to
This
reason
is
we have
fentanyl.
such a
the
bad
same
gun violence
cope you
problem,
always hear
but I do
from
think it's a big piece
Republicans
of it.
about, like, oh, it's a
Another
mental health
driver of the
issue,
gun
and then do
violence
That's
nothing.
exactly.
especially that affecting
This
our
is
kids,
just
it
now
doesn't earn
they're
as
like,
many
oh, we actually
headlines,
have to like
but is the
cash in on
terrible gun
the
violence
bullshit we've
problem
sold
in
the
a
last
lot of our
10
big
years.
cities. And this is why we have to empower law enforcement to arrest the bad guys, put them away, and take gun offenders off the streets.
Hot
There's a
take.
whole host of things that we can do here, but I do
We
think
need to stop crime.
We need to stop bad guys
Governor,
and
you
do
previously
good
opposed
things.
an assault weapons ban, but it only later in your
We need to
political
bring in the
career
good
did
guys.
you change your position. Why?
Yeah, I sat in that office with those Sandy Hook parents. I've become friends with school shooters. I've seen it.
Okay.
Look, the end.
What?
What?
I'm
Hang on.
Hang on.
Shotgun was in my car so I could pheasant hunt after football practice. That's not where we live today.
What were those words he
And
just
some of the
said?
things I want to mention on this is,
You heard me.
talking about cities and where it's at. The number one.
He meant school shooter
the most
victims.
firearm deaths happen in Minnesota are rural.
Somebody's
cities.
gonna take
I
that
can't
out of
believe he said that.
Children
He
getting
fucked up.
guns and
What an
shooting themselves.
idiot.
He
And
fucked
That's
up.
the only
we
thing that
have
will be
and we
shared
should
from this
look at
debate.
all of the issues.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's going to be shared.
But I want to be very careful.
Harry
This
just
idea
sent
of
me,
stigmatizing
quote, I
mental
became
health,
friends with
just
school
because you have a
shooters.
mental health issue doesn't
No
mean you're
way,
bad.
really?
And I think
He
what we
fucked
end
up
up
so
doing
bad.
is we start
He
looking
fucked
for
That's gonna be
up.
number one on
Sometimes
trending,
it just is the
guaranteed.
guns.
Dude, it's
It's just the guns.
I'm going to
and
Twitter
there are
right now
things
and
that you can
looking
do
up-
about it.
looking up
But I do think that
Give me
this is
one
one,
second,
and I think
yep.
it's a healthy conversation. I think there's a capacity to find solutions on this that work, protect Second Amendment.
I
protect
hope
our children.
JD
That's
Vance
what we
doesn't
Yep.
acknowledge
Thank you,
it.
Margaret.
Yep.
Thank you, Nora.
He's
That
gonna
way-
say, well, me too, buddy,
The
me
top
too.
contributor to
I hope he doesn't
inflation,
acknowledge
the
it, so
high
that way-
cost of
Nobody's
housing
acknowledging
and rent.
it.
Yep. Oh my God,
There's
there's
a
so many.
shortage of more than 4 million homes in the United States.
They're just moving
and
past
that
it.
contributes to the high
Wait, what
housing
are we talking
prices.
about? I just
Governor
heard.
Walz, the Harris campaign promises a $25,000 down payment assistance for first-time home buyers.
Is that like a glitch in the Matrix? Did that not happen or something?
No, it
They
did.
also
What not
promised
happened?
to build
Well,
3 million.
I mean,
new
I hope
homes.
JD
Will
Vance,
you
if he's
building
smart,
these
he doesn't
homes, and
acknowledge
won't
it, because then
handing
that
out
gives
that
Tim
kind
Walz
of
an
money
opportunity
just
to
drive up
respond to
prices
it.
higher?
No, it's
Watch
not
the
handing
first
out.
thing
We
he
have-
says.
First, let me say this. This
I
issue
believe
of
you just said
housing,
you're friends
and I
with
think
school
those of you
shooters.
listening on this, the
That
problem
doesn't
we
make
had
sorry,
is
what?
that we've got a lot of
Vance's
folks that see
friends with
housing as
school
another
shooters? What?
commodity. It can be bought up, it can be shifted, it can be moved around. Those are not folks living in those houses. Those of you listening tonight, that house is a big deal. I bought and owned one house in my life. My mom still lives in
Brag.
the house where I was. And when I think of a house, I'm thinking of Christmas services after midnight mass. where
I
you
just
go with
see
your
Twitter
family.
is going
We
to be
need
so
make it
irritating
more affordable.
tomorrow.
And one of the things, as I said, this program that the vice president
October
is
starts today. Thank you.
pushing forward and bringing a new way of
Why did
approaching
he
this
say
is
that?
something we're doing in Minnesota.
Oh,
from
you
that
missed a
lead.
single
We in the state
word,
invested
and it
in making
fucked
sure our
everything
housing
up.
was the biggest investment that we'd ever made in housing.
God
It
damn it.
cut some of the red tape. Local
You
folks.
fucking
Why?
idiot.
Now, why are we assuming he
Make it
misspoke?
easier to build those homes. And then that down payment assistance, I can tell all of you out there, one of the
Because I feel like
using the GI Bill was one thing,
publicly he's
but a
typically
veteran's
very
home loan,
professional. He
the
wouldn't
big thing
admit
about a
that.
veteran's home loan is
He would
you
hide
don't
that.
have to
Even if
pay
he
the down
thinks
payment.
it. Even
Those
if he
are
did
things that
actually
make it
do
fair. Now,
that.
look, you're going to pay it back, and you're going to pay your mortgage. Those are things that we know in the long run, the appreciated value, the generational wealth that's created from it.
Wait,
and I will give
whose
Minneapolis
was that?
an
Was that
example.
someone in the call, or
Minneapolis
was
is
that
the
the
one city
debate?
where we've seen the lowest
That
inflation
iPhone
rates.
notification.
We've seen a
I think that was
12%
Terry.
increase in
It was
stock
him.
because we've put
Damn
some
it.
of
Tim
these things
Walz's
in,
phone is
and we'll
blowing up.
implement a state program to make sure we get some
You
of that
won't
down payment assistance.
believe what
We
you
get it back
missed
from people
when you were.
because here's what we know. People with stable housing end up with stable jobs.
Staple housing?
Yo,
People
did
with
you
stable
just see what
housing
happened in the
have their
debate?
kids able to be
His
able to
fucking
get to
Twitter
school.
notifications
All
are
of
going
those
off.
things in the long run end up saving our money. And that's the thing that I think we should be able to find some common ground in. But we can't
You
blame,
idiot.
immigrants for the only reason. That's not the case that's happening in many cities.
Are you
the fact of the matter is that we don't have enough naturally affording.
That's gonna be the worst thing that's gonna come out of this. He's gonna make a statement on Twitter, be like, "I'm so sorry, I misspoke."
Governor, your
I'm
time
looking
is
on
up.
Trump's
Senator
Truth Social
Vance,
now.
As far as your campaign's position,
my God,
the
yeah.
promise is to seize federal lands to
You know
build
Trump is
homes,
on that,
remove
dude.
regulations, provide tax breaks, and cut back on immigration, which you say pushes up prices.
Did Tampon Tim just say he has become friends with school shooters? 1 minute ago. 1 minute ago.
Wait, what?
Is that from? Who's that from?
Is it trending?
Donald Trump on
Tim
Truth
just said
Social.
something that
No.
I agree with. We don't
trending
wanna
yet?
blame immigrants for higher housing prices,
damn
but
it.
we do want to blame Kamala Harris for letting in millions of
MSN
illegals into this
homepage.
country, which does
Microsoft?
drive up.
It's on the MSN
25
homepage.
million illegal aliens
Why are you-
competing with
For an
Americans
article
scarce
already.
homes
Someone's
is
already
one of
written
the
an
most
article.
significant drivers of
Tim
home
Walz
prices
says that
in the
he's
country
become
today.
friends
God
with
We have
damn it.
massive increases in
Son
of a
prices
bitch.
that
That's
happen
it.
right
Just
alongside
everything.
Massive increases
That's
in
it,
illegal
bro.
alien,
It's over.
alien
It's
populations
over, everyone.
under Kamala Harris's leadership. Now, Tim just mentioned
Walz
a bunch
is
of
gonna
ideas.
win.
Now, some of those
He's
ideas
like, he's
actually
gonna
think
win
they're
Tim
right.
just mentioned he's
Some
friends
of
with
them
school
I agree with,
shooters.
But the most important thing
Why
here
did he
is
say that?
Kamala Harris is not running as a newcomer to politics. She's the sitting vice president. If she wants to
What were they
enact all of these
thinking?
policies to make housing more affordable, I invite her
I
to
don't give a
use the
shit.
office that the
Dude.
American people
Half
already
of a
gave her,
lifetime,
not
holy
sit
shit.
around and campaign and do nothing while Americans
I was always,
find
like,
the American
banned
dream
because of how
of
respectful
homeownership
he was.
completely
He didn't feel like,
unaffordable.
"Did you speak
Now, you
there?"
asked
and, like,
Margaret,
have,
what
give
would
them to clarify.
immediately
No, he
change
knew.
the equation for American citizens
She's like,
if you
oh, he fucked up.
I mean,
not gonna
I'm
let
friends
him
with
fix
people
it.
all sides of the
Baby
political
drill,
spectrum,
one of
okay?
the biggest drivers of housing costs aside from illegal
Very fine
immigration.
people
Just
on
think
both
about it.
sides.
If a truck driver's paying 40% more for diesel, then the lumber he's delivering to the
It ain't
job
got no
site to build
gas
the
in it.
house is also
Oh,
going to
wait, we're
become a
talking
lot
about
more expensive.
He
If
said
we
truck
open
driver. I
up
thought he said
American
drug
energy,
driver,
you will get
honestly.
immediate pricing relief for American citizens, not by the way just in housing, but in a whole host of other economic goods too.
Senator
Sure.
Vance, you still have 23 seconds there. Do you want to answer
Can I have it?
where?
Start saying Tarzan.
Governor, we will get to you in a moment. But Senator, where are you going to seize the federal lands? Can you clarify?
Is he ever gonna
Well,
realize?
what Donald Trump has said is we have a lot of federal lands that aren't being used for anything. They're not being used for national
No one
parks. They're not
gives a
being
shit.
used, and they could be places where we build a lot of
Yeah,
housing.
they really could have
But I
ended
do
the
think
debate
we should
on
be
that.
opening up
Who
the
here-
land in this country.
Who out
We
there
have
is
a
deciding
lot
their
of
vote
land that
based
could
on what
be
we
used.
do
We
with
have a lot of
unused
Americans that
land
need homes.
in the
We should be
US?
kicking out illegal immigrants who are competing for those homes, and we should be building more homes for the American citizens who deserve to be here.
Senator, your time is up. Governor, I do want to let you respond to the allegation that the vice president is letting
That you're friends
in
with school shooters.
Well, of course, that's not
migrants,
true. And again,
that
you
it's
have the
affecting our
facts. I
housing
guess we
prices.
agreed not to fact check. I'll check it. That look, crossings are down compared to when Donald Trump left office. But it's again blaming and not trying to find the solution.
Tampon
I asked him
Tim
on
just
this
say-
question, are we
I
going
like
to
how we
drill
just
and
can't
build
move
houses
past
in the
that.
same
Like we're
federal
like
land?
we're like
And I think when
fuck
people
this
hear federal
fucking
land,
Second
debate.
time he has
pieces
said,
of
I've
land.
been friends
Now,
with school
Minnesota doesn't
shooters.
have a lot of
When?
federal
Wait,
land
what?
on
When
the
did he
western
say
part of
that?
the
No?
country.
That doesn't sound right.
There's
Oh
not
my
a
God.
lot
He only
of
said it
doubt it.
once, guys. Come on.
Pretty sure he's never said that
So
before.
the issue is I don't understand the federal lands
Trump, this
issue
is the
unless we
easiest
see
thing
this,
you
and
could
I
make
worry
fun of.
about
Why are
this
you
as someone who
saying
cares
stuff
deeply about
like
our
that?
national parks and our federal lands.
'Cause
Look,
he's a
Minnesota,
liar.
We protect these things.
He
We've got about
lies.
20% of the world's fresh water. These lands
Wow,
protect.
20%
They're
of the
there for a
world's
reason.
fresh
They belong
water.
to
Well,
all
that's
of us.
neat.
But again,
Tell
this
us
is when
about
you
your
do
friendship
housing
Actually
with
a
school
lot.
and you do
shooters.
these things like there's a chance to
God
make
damn
money
it.
here. Let's take this federal land and let's sell it to people for that. I think
I
there's
hate that
better
all of us
ways to
just-
do this.
Has
We're
anyone
like in
asked
Minnesota,
about
we're
this?
able to
Shit.
refurbish
Has
some of
anyone
these houses.
asked
We're able to make some
about the
investments
federal land that's not
people
being
in. And
used?
I'm still
No.
on the fact on
Who
this.
asked?
Economists. You,
Me
you
neither. I wanna
said
know
you
about
don't
the
like the
federal
economists.
land.
Which
I wanna buy
economists are saying that it is immigrants that's adding to the cost?
Governor,
Where's the
your
study?
time is
Sorry.
up. But,
Sorry.
Senator,
Sorry.
on that
Aw,
point, I'd like
I
for
respect
you
He's
to
such a
clarify there
sweet
are many
guy.
contributing
I respect
factors to high
But he's
housing
friends with school
costs. What
shooters.
evidence do you have that migrants?
He doesn't endorse
Maybe,
what his friends do.
maybe
There's a
the
Federal
school
Reserve
shooters
study that
do
we're happy
just
to
need
share
a
after the
friend.
debate. We'll put it up on social
And then they
media,
won't be school
actually, that
shooters
really
anymore.
drills down on the
That's the
connection
mental
between
health
forced
service. Be a friend with Tim
migration
Walz.
especially illegal immigration and higher housing prices. Now,
illegal.
of course, Margaret, that's not the entire driver of higher housing prices. It's also the regulatory regime of Kamala Harris. Look, we are a country of
the regulatory. God damn Damn it.
doers. We're
No.
a country of explorers.
Big word.
Not
We
regulation.
increasingly have a federal administration that makes it harder to develop our resources, makes it harder to
Not
build
true.
things, and wants to throw people
Not true.
in jail.
Who the fuck?
For
Who do you
not
think is
doing
building everything?
exactly
Dude.
as Kamala Harris says they have to do. And what that means is
I'm
you
sorry.
have a lot of people who would love to
Go
build
to
homes who
any
aren't
construction
able to build
site.
homes.
You know what
I
you'll
actually agree
see?
with Tim Walsh.
Just
We should
pure
get out of this
blooded,
idea of housing
white,
as a commodity.
well-groomed
But the thing
Americans
that has most turned housing
that have
into
been
a
here.
commodity is giving it away to millions upon millions of people who have no legal right to be here.
What are the federal regulations? I deal with this as a governor.
You can very quickly reply.
I'm sorry. I get this as a governor, and I don't necessarily.
He's very
disagree
apologetic.
That in some cases, many of
He's
those
nice.
are
He's a
local.
cutie pie.
Yeah,
Many
he's
of them
friends
should.
with
I
everyone.
don't know which ones are federal, but I think whenever we talk regulations, people
Maybe
think
doesn't
the shooters
discriminate.
were the friends we
I
made
think you
along the
want to
way.
be able to get
Oh,
out of your house in a
boy.
fire. I think you want to make sure that it's fireproof and those types of things. So which are the regulations? Because the vice
We need
president's
some
not
fire
responsible
retardant
for those. Congress writes those.
Governor,
Harry
thank you,
Gold just said,
gentlemen.
I can already hear the
We
SNL
have a
person
lot to
playing
get
the
to. You're
moderator
passionate
saying,
about the
we have a
housing
lot to talk
crisis,
about
I
at least a
can
dozen
tell.
times.
But Nora?
Thank you. One of the top problems facing Americans is
Oh,
the
my
high
God.
cost of health care. Senator Vance, at the last presidential debate, former President
He's
Trump
gonna
was
talk
asked
about
about
free healthcare
replacing the
and bringing
Affordable Care Act.
communism to the
In
US.
response, he said, I have concepts of a plan. Since then,
That's right.
about changing health
I remember
care
that.
Americans
Yes,
get
concepts of a
Can
plan.
you explain how that would work?
All people want are the
And can you
concepts.
guarantee that Americans with pre-existing conditions won't pay more? I'll give you 2 minutes.
They have blueprints of a
We're going
blueprint.
to cover
I have
Americans with
I have
pre-existing conditions.
concepts
In fact,
of an
a lot my
idea,
family
of a
members
principle.
have gotten health care. I believe,
Of an
members of my
illusion.
family actually got private health
Of a
insurance, at
plan.
least
Of
for
a
the first
dream.
time, switched off of Medicaid onto private insurance for the first
That
time
Jimmy Carter
under Donald
PAC.
Trump's leadership. And I think that, a lot of people have criticized
Yeah,
this
what's happened on
concepts of a
Jimmy
plan
Carter's
remark.
birthday?
I think it's very simple common sense. I think it's Tim Walz knows from 12 years in Congress.
also
You're
Cartoon
not gonna
Network's,
propose a 900-page bill
32nd
standing on
birthday.
a debate stage. It would bore everybody to tears, and it wouldn't actually mean anything.
Yeah, they
because
took
part of this
regular
is the
show
give
off
and take of
HBO Max
bipartisan
and Gumball.
negotiation. Now, when Donald Trump was
Yeah, they got, like,
actually
3
president,
shows
and again,
left.
he has a record to be proud of. Prescription drugs fell in 2018 for the first time in a very long time. Under Kamala Harris's leadership,
not true.
prescription drugs are up about 7%. Under Donald Trump's entire 4 years, they were up about 1.5%.
Not
he introduced
true.
Pricing transparency. Think about
it's
healthcare.
lower.
You go into a hospital, you try to buy something, and nobody knows what it actually costs.
You go
That
to a
price
hospital to try and
transparency
buy
will actually
something?
give American consumers a
I
little bit
wanna
more
buy a
choice. And
dialysis
we also
I
did-
want to buy.
and we talked about,
How much is that fire
reinsurance
alarm there you
regulations is
got?
what I was talking about. Look, Donald
Oh,
Trump
which
has
fire
said,
alarm?
You know, an
allow
IV or a
states to
sponge,
expand
whatever
a little
makes
bit
sense.
on how to cover both the chronically ill, but the non-chronically ill. It's not just a plan. He actually implemented some of these regulations.
It's a concept of a plan.
And I think you can make a really good argument that it salvaged
I think that's the whole
Obamacare,
point, is
which
it's a
was doing
concept.
disastrously until Donald Trump came along. I
Duh.
think this is an important point about President Trump. Of course, you don't have to agree with everything that President Trump has ever said or ever done, but when
It might help to
Obamacare
agree
was
with one
crushing
thing he's
under the
done
weight
ever.
of its own regulatory burden and healthcare costs,
If he
Donald
worked
Trump
in
could have
anyone
destroyed
else's
the
interest
program.
other than his
Instead,
own?
he worked in a bipartisan
That's an
way to
idea.
ensure that Americans had access to affordable
So,
care. It's not perfect, of
the
course,
debate's
and there's
nearly
so much
over.
more that we can do. but
Is
I
this
think
gonna
that Donald
have
Trump
an
has earned
impact
the
one
right
way or the
to
other?
put in place some better
I
health
don't know.
policies. He's
People are
earned
going to
it
make fun of
because he
Tim
did it
Walz for it. I don't
successfully
know
the
if it's
first
like
time.
disqualifying, though.
But I
Here's
think
where
most
being
people
an
think
old
that
guy
I was
gives you
just
some
trying to go off,
history.
like,
I was there.
I
in
think
the
people are-
creation of the
the
ACA.
Trump
And the
supporters
reason
said,
it was so
Sorry, I'm gonna
important
turn this
was
down.
Tim Walz does what? Tim Walz does what? And then like
That might be it.
Kamala supporters are gonna also be like, that was a slip up.
3M.
That might
It's
be it.
definitely going to be used against him for the rest of the.
I mean, the rest of the debate so far has, like, there's not been anything to clip from it, really. It's just been very, like, cordial and,
Yeah.
you know.
And the faces they both make some pretty funny faces.
Well, yeah, but that's, like, you know, whatever. I don't know. I think Kamala might lose a point or two, but I don't know.
No.
I think so. I think that... I don't think anyone's lost this debate so far.
He signed on to
So I guess-
It's very
repeal the
neutral.
ACA, but lost at the Supreme Court. And he
Supreme
would
Court.
have repealed the
Supreme
ACA
Court.
had it not been for the courage
My
of John
favorite candy
McCain
by
to save
Wonka.
that bill. Now, fast forward, what that means to you is you lose your pre-existing conditions. If you're sitting at home and you got asthma, too bad. If you're a woman, probably not.
Clip that.
During football, might kick you out. Your kids get kicked out when they're 26.
He was gonna say if you're a woman, too bad, but I think he realized that wouldn't have.
With Medicare, we have drugs that will come online, the most common ones that'll be there.
What online?
But look, this issue, and when Donald Trump said, I've got a concept of a plan, it cracked me up as a fourth grade teacher because my kids would have never given me that. But what Senator Vance just explained might be worse than a concept. Because what he explained is pre-Obamacare. And I'll make this as simple as possible because I have done this for a long time. What they're saying is, if you're healthy, why should you be paying more? So what they're going to do is let insurance companies pick who they insure, because guess what happens? You pay your
Actually
premium,
friends with insurance companies.
They're not going to have to pay out to you. But those of you a little older, gray, got cancer, you're going to get kicked out of it. That's why the system didn't work. Kamala Harris will protect and enhance the ACA.
Governor, thank
Yeah,
you. Senator,
you don't hear people call it Obamacare anymore, do you? Because I'm pretty sure everyone is like on board with it now, right?
Have laws and regulations in the place.
Other than like Republican governmental officials, even the ones that directly benefit from it.
Place, but we also want to make the health insurance
Well, I think Trump even said he was going to get rid of it, maybe, and then he just never did.
He did.
Actually, not true. A lot of what happened in the reason
because it's a universally good thing that insurance companies shouldn't be allowed to discriminate their clients.
Donald Trump actually helped address that problem, and he did so in a way that preserved people's access to coverage who had pre-existing conditions. But again,
I doubt it.
Something that these guys do is they make a lot of claims about if Donald Trump
what a bunch of assholes,
all of these terrible consequences are going to ensue. But in reality, Donald Trump was president. Inflation was low. Take-home pay was higher, and he saved the very program from a Democratic administration that was collapsing and would have collapsed absent his leadership. He did his job, which is govern in a bipartisan way and get results, not just complete
it's just to govern,
but actually solve them.
Governor, did enrollment under the Affordable Care Act go up under the Trump administration?
It's higher now that we've seen it go up. Look, people are using it. The system works. And the question about this, if young people, whatever, that's the individual mandate piece of this. And Republicans.
Wow, if only we had the Affordable Care Act and like everybody was able to use.
So you think the individual mandate's a good idea?
All the time.
I think the idea of making sure the risk pool is broad enough to cover everyone, that's the only way insurance works. When it doesn't, it collapses. You are asking pre-ACA where we get people out. Look, people know that they need to be on health care. People expect it to be there. And when we are able to make it, and we are making it this way, when we incentivize people to be in the market, when we help people who might not be able to afford it get there, and we make sure then when you get sick and old, it's there for you. Because I hear people say, well, I don't want to buy into Medicare or whatever. Good luck buying health care once you get past 70. So look, the ACA works. We can continue to do better. Kamala Harris did that. The way she made everything better was negotiating those 10 drugs on Medicare for the first time in American history.
Let's just say Democrats.
Can I address that?
I apologize. We're out of time. We have a number of subjects to discuss. Margaret,
she said it again.
In America.
If we have to go the full 24 hours, we will.
And the United States is one of the very few developed countries in the world without a national program for new parents.
You've said that if Democrats win both the White House and Congress, this is a day one priority for you.
It is a day one priority.
I bet they'll do it. I'm sure they'll do it, guys.
While they are home taking care of their newborns.
There's some states that have it in place.
Yeah, well, that's negotiable, and that's what Congress.
But like, there's nothing nationally.
Americans sitting out there right now, you may work
Does he
for
have
a big company.
fucking candy bracelets
in
on?
Minnesota to some of the largest Fortune 500
on his
companies.
right wrist.
Kamala Harris knows that in California.
Look at it.
What is on his wrist?
That's a candy bracelet.
I think they're more.
There's no way.
Hold it up.
It also keeps
Hold your right hand up.
Minnesota,
now.
You have a child.
His right
His right hand.
Things in the way.
The fucking
So you just need a little snack during the debate.
That gets the child off to a better start. The family works better.
Yeah, it's like a bead bracelet.
We get more consistency in that. So Kamala Harris has
You
made
can still eat that.
It's like a friendship bracelet.
We see
Get
become
rid of that fucking Chiron. We know what this is. We know it's a debate.
What is that?
Those big companies are able to offer.
Whatever it is, it's very
Those
cute.
of you out there who don't have
The Chiron keeps getting in the way.
Can I make you a friendship bracelet?
Or your child gets sick. We know what happens.
I was waiting for you to be like, your friendship bracelet is the wedding ring.
Because you've got no protection on that.
Can I
This
make
is
you a
the
friendship
case of an
bracelet?
economy that Donald Trump has set for the wealthiest amongst us.
Hell yeah.
He's willing to give those tax breaks to the wealthiest. He's willing to say, bust those unions up.
Do you think
whatever.
that Vance has a
What we're
matching
saying is
friendship
the economy
bracelet?
works best when it works.
I hope
with
so.
Kamala?
And so a paid family medical
Vance
leave
used to
program,
break
I encourage you
friendship
to go to
bracelets
the
off of
families
other
or go to
people.
the businesses and ask them. As far as child
He'd
care
break
on
them
this,
and eat them
you
right
have
in
to
front of
take it
them.
at both the supply and the
Just the
demand
candy.
side.
No,
You
not the
can't
candy
expect the
ones.
most
He would
important
leave the
people in our
candy ones so that they
to
could,
take care
the
of our
other people
children
could eat.
When
He
I'm-
would eat the
or our
plastic
parents.
ones.
When I'm
They
saying
pay the least
candy,
amount
I
of
mean
money.
the
And we have to make it easier
K-A-N-D-I,
for
by the
folks
way, those
to be
kind of
able to
candy.
get
Oh.
into that business
Yeah.
and then to make sure that folks are able to pay for that.
Not
We were
like
able
those
to do it in
sweet tart
Minnesota, and I'm
fucking
still telling you this.
Valentine's
That's what I thought you were
We're
saying.
still in crisis on this.
They'd be
A federal
Smarties, not
program
sweet
of
tart.
paid
If they were
family
sweet
medical
tart, they'd
leave and
actually
help with
taste
this
good.
will enhance our
Shut up,
workforce,
dude.
enhance our families.
Smarties
make
aren't
it
bad.
easier to have the
They're
children
not
that you
great, but
want.
they're not bad.
Governor, your time is up. Senator,
But
do
I
you
don't mind.
support SB
X's!
mandated to pay their employees while they are home taking care of their newborn? You have 2 minutes.
Well, first of all, Margaret, a number of my Republican
First of all-
colleagues and some Democrats too have worked on this issue, and I think there is a bipartisan solution here because a lot of us care about this
Okay.
issue. I mean, look,
Okay.
I speak from this very personally because I'm married to a beautiful woman who's an incredible
Brag.
mother to our 3
Like
beautiful
drink
kids,
Bragg's
but is also a
Okay.
very, very brilliant corporate litigator.
Yeah, I'm also
and
married
so
to JD
proud of her.
Vance's fucking-
But being a working mom,
I'm also
and
married
for
to-
somebody with all of the
I also
advantages
wanna
of my
fuck
wife
this-
is
this man's dead wife.
extraordinarily difficult.
Type of
And it's
energy.
not just difficult from a policy perspective. She actually had access
I'm in
to paid
favor of my
family
wife
leave
being
because she
on
worked
leave,
for
but I'm not
a
too
bigger
sure about that
company.
paid
But the
thing.
cultural pressure
Yeah.
on
The
young
cultural
families and
pressure
especially young
on women to take
I
a
think
rest
makes it
when they
really
get
hard
pregnant.
for people to choose the family model they want. A lot of young women would like to go back to work immediately. Some would like to spend a little time.
They
home
don't
with the
have
kids.
to.
Some would like to spend.
But
They
the
don't have to
point
take the
being
leave.
is
We
that
should have
they
a
want to
family
be,
care model
yeah.
that makes choice
Wow.
possible. And I think this is a very important substantive difference between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris's approach. I mean, look, if you look at the federal programs,
Yeah,
that
I'm
we
sure
have
Donald
that
Trump,
support paid
his first
family leave
issue, you
right
know,
now,
when he
the
goes in
community
the
development
White
block
House day
grant,
one,
there's
it's gonna
another
be
block grant
paid
program
leave
that's
for
a lot
He's
of
mothers.
money from
fucking
the
years
federal
old.
government.
He doesn't
These
fucking
programs
care.
only go
How
to
many
one kind of
abortions has
childcare
he
model.
paid
Let's say
for
you'd like your
personally?
church maybe
A lot.
to help you out with childcare.
2 dozen?
Maybe you live in a rural area or an urban area, and you'd like to get together with
Or a
families
suburban
in your
area.
neighborhood to provide childcare in the way that makes the most sense. You don't get access
The way
to
that
any
makes the
of
most
these federal
sense.
monies. We want to
That's
promote
the-
He's always
that's-
thinking
how we
logically.
deliver family care and how we promote child care. Because look, it is unacceptable. And you know, of course, Tim and I have
These
been on the
motherfuckers
campaign
don't
trail a
realize
lot
that
the
what
past
makes the
7 or
most
8
sense
weeks.
also
And
has
one
to
of the
deal
biggest
with like the
complaints I hear from
emotional
young families
well-being of
is
people.
People who feel like they don't
Imagine.
have options,
He
like they're
doesn't feel
choosing
emotions,
between
though.
going to work or
That's
taking
the
care
issue.
for their kids.
And
That
that's
is
such an
incredible
unnecessary part
burden
of human
to
life,
put on
that
American
emotions
families.
thing.
The only country that does it, I
I-
think we could do a
he's
heck of a lot.
beyond
Such
the
a
need for
hindrance.
emotion.
Senator,
Yeah.
Love
thank
is a
you.
curse, guys.
You have also said, Senator Vance, many things about the American
Happiness
family.
distracts me
You
from
said
the
many
grind of
things.
Reserve says
Oh,
parents
no.
will spend nearly as
Killing
much
Mexican
on
people.
child care as they do on housing each month. So I want to get your
Okay.
thoughts on this. President Trump recently said, as much as child care is talked about as being expensive, it's relatively speaking not very expensive compared to the kinds of numbers we'll be taking in.
He's not going to acknowledge
Is
this.
President Trump committed
No,
to
he's
the
not.
$5,000
Of course he's
per
not. He
child
just says
tax
shit.
credit that you have described?
He also famously said that he had a
President
small
Trump
loan of
said,
$1
Margaret,
million.
I just want to defend my running mate here a little bit, is that we're going to be taking in a lot of money by
Oh, that
penalizing
one's
companies for shipping
filibuster.
jobs overseas
That's
and
just
penalizing
beautiful.
countries who
This
employ
reminds me of
slave
the time
laborers
that-
and then ship their products back into our country
There-
and undercut the wages of
Shit,
American
there-
Remember that
workers.
time
It's the heart
when
of the
Donald Trump took out
economic plan.
that
Cut
newspaper
taxes for
ad
American
about the
workers and American
Central
families.
Park 5
Cut taxes
and
for
then
businesses that are hiring
accused
and
them
building
of doing
companies
shit
in the
because
United
they're
States of
black,
America,
and then
but
they were
penalize companies
shown
and
that they were
countries that are
innocent,
shipping
and then he
jobs
never
overseas.
took that
That's
back.
part of the economic proposal.
Do you remember that
And I
time
think
that
what
Donald
President
Trump
is saying
took
is
that
when we
noose
bring in
and
this
hung
additional
himself in his
revenue
bathroom
with higher
on
Oh,
July
shit.
14,
we're gonna be able to
2025?
provide paid family leave,
That's pretty awesome.
child care options that are viable and workable for a lot of American families.
2025, July 14th. Okay.
Can you clarify how
That's
that
Project 2025.
child care shortage?
Well, because as Tim said, a lot of the child care shortage is we just don't have enough resources going into the multiple people who could be providing family
They
care
seem
options.
to be like at
And
least
we're gonna have to,
40% listening to each other.
We're going to have to spend more money. We're
It's
going to have
better
to induce
than
more
normal.
people to want to provide
What's the
child care
other
options for American families. Because the
Here's the
reason
problem,
it's
is
so
that I was
expensive right
expecting
now
this to
is
be a
because
total
you've got way
steamroll
too few people
of
providing
fucking
this very essential service.
JD
This
Vance.
feels
He
more
seemed
like a
Thank you, Senator.
regular
Governor
debate.
Walz, your
a regular
ticket
debate,
also
as
has
in
some
one that
child
would
care
have
tax
happened like
credit
16 years
proposals.
ago. Like,
Yeah,
Do you think
yes,
Congress
yes,
will
with
agree to the
like, you know, a
$6,000
Republican
credit
still
for
being a
newborns
piece of
and
shit,
$3,000
but
credit for
you know,
children over the age of
there's
6,
like a
as your
it's like a
campaign has
comprehensive.
promised? Is that realistic?
there is
Well, if
decorum.
members of Congress are
Yes.
listening to anybody, I can tell you, and this is the biggest issue.
Look at those
Everybody listening
green
tonight
eyes
knows. I mean, I'm sure they were shocked to hear it's not that expensive.
Yeah, their
But
eyes
let's
like
be clear,
contrast with
whether
each
it's
other.
5,000 or 6,000, that plays you
It's
about
that
3 or 4
classic, you know,
months.
thing they
Let's
do
be
in
clear
anime
we're
where
at on
they
this.
have
It's because we got out of
the
an
enemy
imbalance on
characters
this.
different
we thought we
colored
were going to
eyes.
get by not paying people. I don't think Senator Vance and I are that far apart. I'm
Senator
not opposed to what he's
Vance?
talking about
You
on
called him
Senator
Vance?
Vance?
scholarship
You
types of things. I
motherfucker.
think we need to be open to making the case.
I'm gonna be talking about my
The issue
faith
here
again.
is, the question you ask is, you're not going to pay for it with
John
these tariffs.
5:16.
That's just adding another 4,000 on the family and taking less. So not only
JD
do they
Vance-
not get the money,
That's a
to pay
good
for
point.
that,
My
they're
favorite
4,000
Yeah,
dollars
adding
a
more
month to
taxes
school.
is not gonna
That's his
help
alma
the
mater.
problem.
And so I think the issue here is, if those members of
They're not
Congress,
gonna have.
I can't believe they're not.
Yeah,
when I go to
don't worry.
businesses,
We're
they'll
gonna
talk about
give
taxes
American
sometime,
people more
but
money
they will
by
lead with
taxing them
childcare,
more.
and they will lead with housing, because we know the problem is, especially in a state like Minnesota, we need more workers because our
Dude, no one
economy is
gives a
growing.
fuck
He
about
knows
Minnesota.
Minnesota, so of course he's going to bring it up. But it's also a pretty base state,
Nora,
so
let's talk about the state of
I'll
democracy.
I'll let him. I'll let him have it.
Americans after the economy and inflation.
It's not
After the
fucking
2020
like
election, President
West
Trump's campaign
Virginia.
and others filed 62 lawsuits contesting the results.
$2 billion.
Judges, including those appointed by President Trump and other Republican presidents, looked at the evidence and said
All right, this
there
could
was
be
no
big.
widespread fraud. The governors of every
This
state
could be
in
a
the nation,
filibuster.
Republicans and Democrats, certified the 2020 election results and sent a legal slate of electors to Congress for January 6th. Senator Vance, you have said you would not have certified the last presidential election.
You
and
said
would
there
have
would be a
asked the states
discussion
to
about
submit
it.
Alternative electors.
There'd be a
That has been
discussion.
called unconstitutional and illegal. Would you again seek to challenge
could be
this
it.
year's
This could
election
be his
results,
Hindenburg.
even if every governor
Hindenburg.
certifies the results? I'll give you 2 minutes.
Well, Nora, first of all, I think that
We
we're
should bring
focused on
back
the future.
Flint.
We need to figure out how to
Shut
solve
the
the
fuck
inflation
up.
crisis caused by Kamala Harris's policies.
Oh,
make housing affordable, make groceries affordable, and that's
Oh my
what we're
God, I
focused on.
peaked.
But
I
wanna
peaked
answer
so
your
hard that
question
it
because you
didn't
did
This
ask.
pick
had
up on my
nothing to
fucking
do with
microphone.
What Trump
anything.
has said is that there were problems in 2020.
What about Kamala
and
Harris?
my own
My
belief
microphone
is that we should
refused to
fight
pick
about
up my
those
screaming.
issues, debate those
It picked
issues,
up
Debate
on
those
our
issues.
in the
Don't
public
worry.
square,
Debate the
and that's
facts.
all I've said, and that's all
You know,
that Donald
really,
Trump
when you
has said.
think
Remember,
about it, which
he
number
said
is
that on
higher?
January the
Let's
6th, the
debate.
protesters ought to protest
Who's
peacefully.
coming up with these
And on
facts? The
January
experts?
20th,
We could just ignore whatever he
became
says right
president,
here.
Donald Trump left the White House,
Hang on.
and now,
We-
of course,
We
unfortunately,
this is a
we have
nothing
all
burger
of the
because we
negative
know what
policies
his
that
real
come
answer
from the
is.
Harris-Biden administration.
What is
Mute
his?
That we actually do
None
have a
of this
threat
is
to democracy in
important.
this
Are they gonna
country, but
press him on
unfortunately,
this?
it's
The
not a threat to
Harris-Biden
democracy that
administration.
Oh yeah, we gotta
Kamala
see.
and Tim
Actually,
Walz want to talk about. It is the threat of censorship. It's Americans
Yep.
casting
Yep.
aside the
Censorship.
lifelong
Censoring
friendship
me
because of
by not allowing
disagreements
me
over
to
politics.
The liberals.
It's
by
big
do a coup
technology
on the United
companies
States.
silencing
You're not allowing me to do that.
Oh
This is
my
censoring.
God.
You're trying to cancel
Rather than
my
debate and
presidency.
persuade her fellow Americans,
Yes.
she'd like to censor
You've
people
not
who
been
engage.
renewed.
I think that is a much
This
bigger
has nothing
threat
to do with
democracy than anything
censorship.
that we've seen in this country
Yes, it
in the
does.
last 4 years, in the last 40 years.
What?
Now, I'm really
Cancel
proud,
culture, that's been
especially
good.
given that I was
Cancel
raised by
culture.
two lifelong blue-collar
libs.
Democrats,
The
to have
woke
the
left.
endorsement of Bobby Kennedy Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard, lifelong leaders in the
Tulsi
Democratic
Gabbard
coalition.
is
Of course,
not a
They
Democrat.
don't agree with me and Donald Trump on every issue. We don't have to agree on every issue.
Tulsi
But we're
Gabbard is
united
literally
behind
a
the
conservative.
basic American First Amendment principle that we ought to debate our differences. We ought to argue about them. We
And
ought to try
RFK
to
Jr. is
persuade
from
our fellow
another
Americans.
Tulsi
dimension.
Gabbard is
Kamala
like the
Harris is
scapegoat
engaged
for
in
like all
censorship
Republicans
at
to
an
say, "Oh, I mean, I
industrial
support
scale.
her."
She
So
did it
like, you
during
know, I
COVID.
support
She's
the
done it
except
person.
she
over
literally
other
said, yeah,
issues
didn't
in
she literally change her party?
Yeah, she did. That's the same thing Scott Cawthon did when, like, you know, people called him out. He was like, well, I supported Tulsi Gabbard, but also I'm pro-life and Christian and
well, I've enjoyed
Republican.
tonight's debate, and I think there was a lot of commonality here, and I'm sympathetic to misspeaking on things, and I think I might have with the senator.
Kristen Sinema and what the fuck is his name?
This one is troubling to me, and I say that
was a
because I
cute
think we
moment.
need to tell the story.
What did
Donald
he
Trump
say?
refused to acknowledge this.
He goes like,
I don't think
I
you can
regret
do the frog in the
misspeaking
pot
on
and
some
let the
things, and he
boiling
goes,
water
it's
go up.
okay, and
He
then
was
they
very
smile.
clear. I mean, he lost this election, and he said he did.
They should fuck.
140 police officers were beaten at the Capitol that day. Some with
I
the
regret
American flag,
misspeaking
some
about
without.
something.
And it wasn't
JD Vance
just
is
in
smiling at this.
Yeah, why is he smiling? Oh,
group gathered on the state
creepy.
Capitol grounds in St. Paul and said, we're marching to the governor's residence and there may be casualties. The only person there was my son and his dog, who was rushed out crying by state police. That issue, and Mike Pence standing there as they were chanting, hang Mike Pence. Mike Pence made the right decision. So, Senator,
Dude,
they
brought a noose out. Like, it wasn't.
And I said, as a football coach, sometimes you really
They brought out a gallows.
But the democracy is better than winning an election.
Like,
you shake hands.
People,
and then
there's
you
people
try
that
and do
try to
everything you can
retcon
help
Jan
the
6
other
is
side
like,
win.
oh, you know, it was just a
That's
protest.
what was at stake here.
They
Now, the
brought
thing
a
I'm most
noose.
concerned about is
You don't bring nooses out to protest.
A nice little tour of the Capitol.
political opponents.
Ah!
Laying the groundwork for people not accepting this. And a president's words matter. A president's words matter. People
Basically, he
hear that.
goes,
So,
you know, I regret
I
misspeaking
think
about this, and
this
JD
issue
Vance
of
goes, I
settling our
regret it
differences
too.
at the
And I was
ballot
like,
box,
aw.
shaking hands when we lose, being honest about
Oh,
it, but to deny
cameraman
what
died.
happened on
He will
January
definitely
6th.
regret
First
misspeaking tonight.
time in American history that a president or anyone tried to overturn a fair election and the peaceful transfer
What
of
if he
power. And
persuades
here we are 4
JD
years
Vance
later
here?
in the same boat. I will tell you this.
Well, I mean,
That when
Vance
this is
was
over, we
originally
need to
he-
shake
he-
hands
he
this
didn't
election,
like a lot of the
and the
stuff
winner
that
needs
Trump
to be
did.
the winner. This has got to stop.
Quiet
It's
again,
tearing our
Indy.
country apart.
Margaret? Senator Vance, did you want to respond to that?
Yeah, well, look, Tim, first of all,
Fuck you.
it's really
Second of all,
rare
shut
First of all,
up.
fuck you.
Democratic
Second
leaders
of
to
all,
say that Donald Trump is a
I'm
unique threat to
retarded.
democracy when he peacefully
Second of all, I love
gave
you.
over power on January the 20th,
Second
as
of
we have
all,
done for 250 years in this
No,
country. We are
he
gonna
was
shake
not
hands
there
after
at
this
the
debate and
at
after
the
this election.
ceremony.
Of course, I hope that we'll win,
That-
and I think we're
that
gonna
was
win,
not
but if Tim
transfer-
Walz is
he
the
did
next
not
vice
actually
president,
transfer the
he'll have my
power. It was
prayers, he'll have
taken.
my best wishes, and he'll have my help whenever he wants it. But we have to remember that for years in this country, Democrats protested the results of elections. Hillary Clinton in 2016
did everything he
No.
could.
said that Donald Trump had the election
Did they
stolen
bring a
by Vladimir
noose to
Putin
the
because
Capitol
Russians
to
bought
hang the vice president?
$1,000 worth of Facebook
I
ads.
And
don't
did
think
and did
anyone
she or
went
did
on
she
for a
not
long
go
time.
to the
And if we
fucking,
want to
you
say
know?
that we need to respect the results of the
Pokemon, go
election,
to the
I'm
polls.
on
They-
board.
yeah,
But
it
if we
didn't-
want to say, as
Yeah,
Tim
she
Walz
didn't
Is that
do it.
even
this
true?
just a
Did
problem
Democrats even
Republicans have
contest
had,
it?
Didn't she?
I
She
don't
literally
know.
said I lost, like on Twitter or
January
whatever.
6th
Like
was
she
not
announced that
Facebook
she
ads.
lost.
And I think a revisionist history on this.
January
I
6th is not Facebook ads.
don't understand how we got
I'm
to this
glad that
point.
Trump won
But the
2016
issue
because I
was
think
that
Hillary
happened.
would've us all.
Donald Trump can do it. And all of us say there's no place for this. It
No,
has massive
no flies
repercussions.
on over
This
Syria
idea
and
that there's
it's
censorship to
not
stop people from threatening
You were
to kill
so
someone,
quiet, Indy.
threatening to do something. That's not censorship. Censorship is book banning. We've seen that. We've seen
Oh,
that brought up.
uh-oh.
I just think
Uh-oh.
for everyone tonight,
Ron
and I'm
DeSantis.
going to thank Senator Vance. I think this is the conversation they want to hear. And I think there's a lot of
You know
agreement.
what? Yeah.
This is one that we are miles apart on. This was a threat to our democracy in a way that we had not seen. And it manifested itself because of Donald Trump's inability to say. He is still saying he didn't lose the election. I would just ask that. Did he lose the 2020 election?
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala
Answer
Harris
the question.
censor Americans from
That was the
speaking
easiest
out
question
about
in
the
the
2020
world.
Is it yes or
Has she
no?
tried to-
That is a
I
damning
do and I
non-answer.
don't.
Has she-
Yes
it's a
and no.
damning non-answer for you to not talk about censorship. Obviously, Donald Trump and I think that there were problems in 2020. We've talked about it. I'm happy to talk about it further. But you guys attack us.
That was the
for not
easiest
believing
question.
in democracy, the most
About?
sacred right under the
You
United
keep
States
attacking me
Did
by
he or
asking
did he
if
not
Trump
win?
lost the election.
You yourself have said there's no First Amendment right to misinformation. Kamala Harris wants to use the
threatening or
power
hate
of
speech.
government and big tech to silence people
He's like,
from
what?
speaking their
Going off the
minds.
rails,
That is a
guys.
threat to
Uh-oh.
democracy that
There we
will
go.
long
It's
outlive
all
this present political moment.
crumbling.
I would like Democrats and
Yeah.
Republicans to both reject censorship. Let's persuade one another. Let's argue about ideas, and then let's come together after.
Let's all join
Can't get
hands.
Fire in a crowded theater.
Uh-huh.
That's the test. That's the Supreme Court test.
Tim, fire in a crowded theater. You guys wanted to kick people off of Facebook for saying.
Oh, no!
The governor does have the floor.
Sorry.
Fire in a crowded theater, that is criticizing the policies of the government, which is the right of every American.
Senator, the governor does have the floor for 1 minute to
Please.
respond to you.
Yeah, well, I don't run Facebook. What I do
Thank you. Have a nice
He
day.
refused, and now again, and this I'm pretty shocked by this. He lost the election. This is not a debate. It's not. It's not anything anywhere other than
I don't run Facebook.
Donald Trump's.
I don't run Facebook. That's a good one too. I don't run
Made
Facebook.
that decision.
They want to
certify the
ban us
election.
from Facebook.
That's why Mike Pence isn't on this stage. What I'm concerned
Hey,
about is
Tim
where
Walz
is the
himself is
firewall
actually Mark Zuckerberg
with
in
Donald
disguise,
Trump?
guys.
Where is the firewall if he knows he could
Norton
do anything,
antivirus.
including taking an election, and his vice president's not going to stand to it? That's what we're asking you, America.
He just gave him an
Will
idea
you
for the
stand
wall. He's
up?
going to
Will
have it
you
be a
keep
flaming
your oath
wall.
of office, even if the president doesn't? And I think Kamala Harris would agree. She wouldn't have picked me if she didn't think I would do that, because of course that's what we would do. So America, I think you've got a really clear choice on this election of who's going to honor that democracy and who's going to honor Donald Trump.
Governor, your time is up. Thank you, gentlemen. We will be right back with both
Oh, there's more.
candidates. The
Oh, there's
CBS
more.
News
Oh,
Vice
boy.
Presidential
There's
debate
more.
Continues.
Aren't you so
Or
happy?
is there?
Or is there?
Okay. Outside the building. Cool.
Well, that's not the Constitution Center.
I don't think I can put up with more.
That doesn't even look like a real building. By the way, we don't support this, says Pluto TV.
I know. I just love that. Just Pluto.
We
going,
only support
no.
Mission Impossible.
How much more of this nonsense do we have to watch?
Well, we're 10 minutes over time right now, so...
We're in it for the long haul.
They might, yeah, they might have like closing statements left.
Do you remember from the 2022 presidential debate, like the primary debate where they were all fighting so much and it just suddenly cuts to black and then they cut back, and they're all like acting normal? Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
There was a point where, like, you know, Vivek, Chris Christie, Nikki Haley, like Ron DeSantis, they were all like talking over each other and fighting all at once.
And they couldn't get him to shut up.
And then the cameras cut. The cameras literally cut, and then they cut back and like, welcome back to the 2020.
They gave him a beating. That set him straight.
They just went, shut up, shut up.
I love how passive aggressive the news anchors or whatever they are, the debate moderators.
The moderators, yeah.
Yeah.
They're trying hard to smile through it.
Smile through the pain, Harold.
That is the face they're doing.
I would just love to hear one of them just say, "Shut the fuck up, please." But
that'll be at
Could
the
you
end of the
imagine
day.
if a candidate like legitimately swore, like
I
more
think
than
they
like
should be allowed
hell
to
or
swear.
damn?
I think they should be allowed to swear.
They should get
Well,
at
I say
least
hell
one.
and damn, but sometimes that's like necessary for like a phrase or something. What are you looking at?
Sorry, I'm having a discussion with Harry about the thing you just said, shouting fire in a crowded theater. Harry is pointing out to me that phrase was coined by a Supreme Court justice who disagreed with someone criticizing the draft in World War One.
I'm gonna try and put the microphone in my mouth.
So technically that is, like, censorship. It's a bad comparison to make.
Yeah.
Don't put the microphone in your mouth.
Do you
It'll be
have to
very
like?
loud.
Are you like being quiet?
Do you have pica?
Oh my god.
It doesn't fit. The connect is too big.
Do you have fucking pica or some shit,
Yes,
dude?
I do.
Okay.
I'm using an Xbox
Good
360
morning,
Connect as my
America.
microphone.
Brag.
Dr. Mario Odyssey.
Why? Is
Why-
the better question.
Why not?
That
There
sounds
are
like
many
shit.
other better
sounds great.
options. That's why not.
There's my phone, but I don't want to use my phone. 'cause it's
Streaming
not-
now.
We should watch House MD next.
Yeah, we'll just
No.
watch 3 episodes of House MD.
You did?
I've never seen it, and I own, like, the majority of the series on DVD.
He just collects shows and then doesn't watch them.
Yeah, there's a bunch of board games.
I love
So
watching
video games.
the house shorts.
I have the first 5 seasons on DVD. I'm holding it up to the camera right now.
SpongeBob. That guy just fell.
The commercials are trying to tell us to watch SpongeBob.
I know, I find that very funny.
I also have the entire series run of Dexter, and I've seen about 8 episodes of it.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Why not? It's like you with your fucking, you know, using Kinect microphone as your microphone. Why not, I guess?
Unmute this fucking stream, bitch.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here's the first.
Stop being AFK during this!
Here's the first 4 seasons
Unmute
of 24.
We can't hear the
Thank you to CBS News, and most importantly, thank you to all of you. If you're still up and the folks who
And to all my
with the
friends.
stars, I appreciate
They're probably
it.
about to
Look,
finish it. Why
the
aren't you
support of
here?
Democracy matters. It matters that you're here.
I
And I'm
understand.
as
but
surprised
why
as
aren't you-
anybody
I am
of
here.
this coalition that Kamala Harris has built. From Bernie Sanders to Dick Cheney to Taylor Swift.
Now that'll win over the
There are
moderate
votes between there. And they don't
You know
all
what?
agree on
He
everything,
doesn't win.
but they are truly optimistic people. They believe in a positive future of this country. And
Is this
one
like
where
their
our
closing
politics
statements?
Can be
Yeah.
better
Seems
than
to
it
be,
is.
He
And
was
I
like,
have to tell you,
somebody,
that,
you know,
that better
Dick
than it
Cheney
is,
to
is
Taylor
the sense
Swift,
of
but they don't all
optimism
agree,
that there
but
can be an opportunity economy that works for everyone, not just to get by, but to get ahead. And the idea that freedom really means something. Not the freedom of government to be in your bedroom or exam room, but the freedom for you to make choices about yourself. Now, look, we all know who Donald Trump is. He's told us, and as Maya Angelou said, believe him when he told you that. His first inaugural address talked about American carnage. And then he spent 4 years trying to maybe do that.
He sport
Senator
4
Vance tonight made it clear he will stand with Donald Trump's agenda. He will continue to push down that road. Excuse me. Kamala Harris gives us a different option.
He's coming down
Now,
with
I'll
the
have to tell you,
Bidens.
I'm going to be careful about the quotes, but there's one that Senator Vance said that does resonate with me. He said, Donald Trump makes the people I care about afraid. A lot of America feels that way. We don't need to be afraid. Franklin Roosevelt was right. All we have to fear is fear itself. Kamala Harris is bringing us a new way forward. She's bringing us a politics of joy. She's bringing real solutions for the middle class.
What
and
about
she's
spiders?
centering you at the heart of that.
Politics
All
of
the while
spiders?
asking everyone, join this
No,
movement.
like all
make
you
your
have, all
voices
there is
heard.
to fear is
Let's
fear
look
itself.
For a new day.
What about
where
spiders?
Everybody gets that opportunity, and
Well, tarantulas, maybe.
I humbly
If
ask
they're
for your vote
poisonous.
on November 5th for Kamala Harris.
Governor Walz,
I
thank
hate
you.
it.
All right, here we
Senator
go.
Vance, your closing statement.
Well, I want to thank Governor Walz, you folks at CBS, and of course the American people for
Keeps
tuning
calling
in
it
this evening.
CVS.
One of the issues we didn't talk about was energy. And I remember when I was being raised by my grandmother, when she didn't have enough money to turn on the heat some nights because Ohio gets pretty cold at night, and
Why is
because
he-
money was often very tight. And I believe, as a person who wants to be your next vice president, that we are a rich and prosperous enough country where every American, whether they're rich or poor, ought to be able to turn on their heat in the middle of a cold winter night.
Yes,
That's
we had
gotten
no
more
discussion
difficult
about this
thanks
during
to
the
Kamala
debate,
Harris's
though.
Why
energy
is he
policies.
talking about
I
this?
believe that whether you're rich or poor, you ought to be able to afford a nice meal for your family.
Why
That's
is he-
harder.
And
because of
also,
Kamala Harris's policies.
Americans should not
Is he-
freeze to death.
Oh my God, he's so retarded.
Listen to this highly contentious statement. I think Americans should not freeze to death in winter.
And that too has gotten harder with Kamala because of Kamala Harris's
Yeah, and
policies.
you vote against
Now, I've been in
policies like
politics long enough
you
to
would
do
make
what
it so
Kamala
that
Harris
you would
does
get
when
rid
she
of
stands
heat.
before the
You would get
American
rid of
people
like
and
heating
says
assistance
that on day
programs.
one, she's going to work on all these
Yes, but
challenges
everyone
I
should
just
have the
listed.
opportunity
Is
to
this-
get heat.
Is this
the
a
vice
sign that
president for 3.5
politics can be
years.
normal
Day one
again?
was
Like,
1,400 days ago, and her policies have made
I
the
don't know.
speech worse.
I
Now,
don't know.
believe that we have the
I know
most
that there was
beautiful
some
country
lunacy
the
in it,
world.
but,
I
like-
meet people on the campaign trail who can't
My
afford
God.
We're gonna go
food,
right back to
but
Trump
have
debates.
the
You know
grace
that,
and
right?
generosity to ask me how I'm doing and to tell me they're praying for my
I mean, I
family.
don't think
What
we're
that has
getting
taught
another
me is
presidential
that we
debate.
have the greatest
than that
country,
little
the most
stuff
well, he doesn't
they
want to
had
do
near
one.
the
He's
end.
most
scared.
incredible people
He doesn't want to do
anywhere in the
another
world,
debate.
but they're not going to be able
He's
to
pussy.
achieve
He got
their
wasted last
full
time.
dreams
Giant pussy.
with the broken Republican leadership that we have in Washington.
Pussy.
They're not going to be able to live their American dream if we do the same thing that we've been doing for the last 3.5 years. We need change. We need a new direction. We need a president.
We need change. We need good things and to stop bad things.
The whole point of your party is that you don't change things.
I'm so proud to be doing this, and I'm rooting for you.
Right?
God bless you.
You
Good night.
know that, right?
Thank you.
Okay, that was cute.
And thank you
Wait,
both
what did he
for
say?
participating
He
in
said
the
whether you vote
only
for
vice
me or you're voting for Tim
presidential
Walz,
debate of
even though you wouldn't
election
vote for Tim
cycle.
Walz, you'd vote
I'm
for
Nora
the
Brennan.
And I'm
presidential
Nora O'Donnell, and a reminder,
candidates.
there are just
He says
35 days until
he says
Election
he
Day.
supports
Please
you,
get out
and
and
God
vote,
bless
and
you,
for
and
all
good
of
night.
us here at
God
CBS News. Thank you. And
Wow,
good
this
night.
was actually
There you have it. Back to ABC News Live.
way
coverage of the
nicer.
vice presidential debate tonight.
that's
There you
good.
see J.D. Vance, Governor
Oh
Walz
my
shaking
God.
hands.
What do you think
Shook
they're
hands at
talking
the
about?
beginning of this debate as well. 90
Listen to
minutes
these
between
fucking
them talking about
idiots
the Middle
right now.
East, the situation, the tensions that
sweethearts.
we've watched
We should
unfold.
join up.
Israel now vowing to retaliate against
Well,
Iran.
this is-
Foreign policy
this is
at
how it
large.
used to be.
They also talked
Oh,
about
World War
immigration.
III.
Like in the
just
70s and
commenting.
80s?
Inflation in this country.
Just commentating over
Housing,
just World War III is
democracy,
happening.
Peaceful transfer of
Oh yeah,
power.
Israel's gonna bomb
How
Iran.
lengthy their debate
Have
on
you seen the
January
Obama
6th
and
and
Romney
looking back
debate?
and
They're
what
talking like a
actually
couple.
happened in this country.
Oh yeah, even like Romney was like,
I mean, it's Trump that ruined everything. Like,
yeah, it's just Trump.
Have you guys seen that one debate clip? I know this one got passed around a lot. Like Jane Lynn does.
I don't get that. Huh?
It was like it was on the debate was on Obama and his wife's birthday, and fucking Romney made the joke. Yeah, I know this is the most romantic way you can imagine spending this night.
Obama's wife is.
all right, we're gonna. I don't give a shit about what this woman says. Okay. Well, that was the 2024 vice presidential debate. Any thoughts from anyone about anything?
I'm surprised that they were as nice as they were to each other.
Do we think this is going to affect
No.
either? I think it's
No.
good. I think it's good for Trump and Vance to show that like a little bit of humanity. Because Trump, whenever he would open his mouth, it'd be bad for him. But Vance, I mean, speaking fluently and like articulately, that's
It's
nice.
the best he's looked in a while.
Yeah, I think it's good for Trump. I think it will convert to a boost in the polls of like maybe a half point or a point. I don't think it'll flip the polls, but I think it'll bring them closer. Personally,
I feel like Vance explains his ideas far better than Trump does. Trump just kind of.
Well, yeah, because he's
rambles.
actually like a politician, and he's not like he doesn't have literally dementia.
And Trump has concepts of ideas.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. You forget about that.
yeah, they both performed very competently. They might have performed competently enough equally that it like doesn't affect either side. So that would convert to a Kamala win. Yeah.
At like 9, we reached 4 concurrent viewers. Damn.
Well, awesome.
Most
That
of
was
you
me.
come in after the stream.
We did it. We're blowing up like fucking gangbusters out here, guys. We do have we do have one last clip to play, by the way.
We're blowing up like Lebanon out here.
You're gonna show the clip?
Yeah. So the Minecraft movie posted one of the scenes that we acted out from because
Yeah, we told you.
The
We
leaks
told you
go.
it was real. None of you believed us.
Yeah, they decided to here. Well, hang on. Amy's calling me at 10:51 in the night. Hello.
It's Steve.
I'm at home.
I'm outside right now.
Okay.
Big sword. Why is the helmet?
Well, I'm
on
inside
the,
right now.
Why is the
What's up?
helmet on the armor stand so tiny?
I said, how you doing? Where are
Doing
you right now?
home.
Damn, what's that in the background then?
What's what in the background?
I heard some noise in the background or something.
What is that?
Maybe my
Me?
headphones? My
Okay, I
wife?
don't know why you fucking, I'm not trying to fucking, this isn't a debate, I'm not trying to got you or anything, I'm just asking.
We just watched the debate on the stream.
What debate?
The
Oh
fight-
shit, I forgot that was happening tonight.
Tim Walz said he was friends with many school shooters.
Huh?
Now, Drake, I have to fact check
He
you. He
misspoke.
only
He
said
meant to
school
say
shooter.
school shooter victims, but yeah.
That's our
fair
theory.
enough, but did anything else besides that? Anything else goofy happen, or was it mostly boring?
It was surprisingly competent on either side.
it
I
was
mean, they were
actually
very
really good.
respectful and cordial.
There's a little scuffle near the end, but
Well, that's fair.
There was some sexual tension.
Yeah, that's all you
I
could ask
would
for a
say some.
presidential debate.
they
Okay.
really wanted to kiss.
Why'd you call me?
I just wanted to talk to you and say hi.
Hi.
I miss you.
I'm here. I'm at home.
Okay, and I'm all the way at Lattimore.
Cool. All right.
I'm outside smoking. What, was I bothering you? Damn.
No, I'm just live
Do you
streaming
not
right
want to
now.
talk to me? Do you not want to call me?
I'm live streaming right now.
You are?
Yes.
Why didn't you say anything?
I did.
Are you muted right now or something?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
No, you're not. Shut the fuck up. What's the background sound? I'm gonna kill you.
You're fine.
Drake.
All right. I'll
Kill
call you. We're gonna end the stream in like 15 minutes. I'll call you then.
I love you.
Yeah, this
Okay.
Minecraft segment will take the whole
Okay.
15.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
Okay.
All right.
You should have said okay, good.
What the hell?
So
What
anyways,
timing?
if you watched our last show, we acted out the whole Minecraft script, right?
This is beat for beat what happened.
Well, yeah, because it's the
Yeah.
real script.
Yeah.
Look at the helmet on the armor stand. Why is the helmet so small?
Why does he need 6 furnaces? Oh, those
Um,
blast furnaces?
Efficiency.
Yeah, they're like smokers' blast furnaces. At least I don't think there's a smoker in there.
Well, it looks cool. That's all you could really ask for.
It's your dad's smoker.
So here we go. So this is I want to like compare it to our old stream to like compare our performances of it to see which
The
they like better.
anvil looks really.
Isn't it wild?
This is a crafting table. Here's how it works.
And here's how you use it.
In different patterns, and
Here's a sword, and here is how you use it.
yourself a sweet blade.
The mystical music.
Does he almost shoot like a caveman?
Here is Jason Momoa, and here is how you use it.
Wow, he's so dumb.
What is
What
this?
a dummy.
That's okay, bud. Buckets are useful here.
Those are buckets.
I like that they had to. This is the first scene they dropped of the film because everyone was asking why the fuck did they make buckets in the trailer.
Why are they joined together by a chain?
Yeah.
What is?
You can put them over your like shoulders or something.
Okay, but that's not a thing in game. You
No,
don't
it's not.
That's what they.
Of course
They
it's
look
what
like
they make.
giant metal boxing gloves.
They're big boobs.
Big
You
booba.
immature bastard. You
Booba.
don't get
Yeah.
over
He doesn't know
encumbered
what
in the
fib
game.
means.
I think people were like, wow, this looks really bad from the trailer. So they were like, okay, don't worry. We'll release a clip and we'll clear all of this up.
And then everyone's like, this looks like shit.
I like that ender chest in the background. It looks kind of neat, actually.
And do you want to see this in theaters when it comes out?
Maybe.
No.
No.
I will. I feel I have to.
I'll go with USRV. Where you at?
I'm in Minecraft.
Send me the location. I'll be there. And I'll
Drop
kill
the
you.
chords. Drop the chords, brother.
All right. So
Anyway,
that was awesome.
The Minecraft movie in theaters April 4th,
Yeah, this whole
2025.
thing was actually for the Minecraft movie. Who the fuck cares about the debate?
It was all leading up to the Minecraft movie.
Yes.
I'm sad there were no trailers for it in the commercial.
We got The Godfather.
But I was happy with the SpongeBob, but I would have liked a little Minecraft.
Anyways, I think that's gonna be it for
you
today.
got one of the two.
I don't
So,
have anything to say.
all right. Any closing statements from anyone on the panel? Any concepts of
We should
ideas?
legalize chemical castration.
I'm cool.
Apparently, I had the fucking image graphic covering the trailer.
Yeah,
We should legalize chemical castration.
Well, we gotta watch it again.
There we go.
No, we don't.
There,
Please
I just
no.
played it really fast. All right. I'm gonna let you guys go. Good night, everyone.
Nuclear bombs.
That's all, folks.
Bye. No.
All right.
Game is ended.
Awesome. Awesome.